New day, new way. Let's get to this pay. It's the Culture Uncut podcast. I'm silking. I'm kicking it with the fam. You're
Got to get to the bag. Got to get to the pay. I appreciate that. It's your boy Trey Pound, the moisturizer, and blink once, blink twice, abracadabra, just like that. I just splashed you. Splash.
I hear that. I hear that. Said I'm dressing all black like a mercenary, and I celebrate my people all year, not just in February. I know a disciplined man to the media is very scary, and I'm always pressing forward with the mission. So no need to put it in reverse, Terry.
Mm. Thought you were gonna say
bars.
missionary for a second.
The way I see it, if you want to see the rainbow, you got to put up with the rain. Happy Tuesday, y'all. It's Shell.
It's my turn.
Your turn.
I forgot I was supposed to come up with a poem or a nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
Give us
Whoa.
what you got.
I do not like ham.
Mm.
I
Feel
do
that.
not like ham. Sam, I am.
No,
But
no.
do you like sausage?
Oh, this
I have it
beef.
ready next time. I do not like pork. I do not want pork on my fork.
No vegan ham.
No, no impossible ham.
I
Mm.
like sausage.
Mm.
Said that kind of lusty, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
I
So,
prefer no meat.
so
No.
Meat in these streets.
Drewed a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I prefer no meat that ain't linked under the sheets.
Okay.
You about to drop a whole 16.
I'll try to make some stick.
Okay. Might be this dick.
Hey now.
moving along.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We back one more time. Welcome back, Blue Jay. Second appearance on the Coach Uncut podcast. Shell back with us. How y'all feeling? Y'all had a good weekend? How was everybody weekend?
Absolutely. It was good.
My weekend was good.
Y'all went on dates? What happened?
Oh yeah.
Just
No,
vibe.
no dates for me.
No dates.
I missed my date. I took a podcast on Monday. I had a date on Monday. But I took a podcast on Monday and missed my date.
Mm.
Oh, so he couldn't wait?
Hmm.
He couldn't wait? He didn't want to wait? Or you canceled?
Well, I had already rescheduled on him for Sunday, and then on Monday I didn't make it. So I don't know if he still like me or not.
Mm.
They
Just
probably
move
think
down
I'm
the list
flaky now.
a little bit.
I've been missing a lot of dates lately. I've been having people's hopes all the way up, man. I'm not gonna make it.
Oh, you pump faking.
Man, I don't know. It's like I'm down when they ask, and then when the time comes, something comes up.
That makes it more. That makes it that much better. The anticipation.
Yeah, yeah. Anticipate me not showing up. How about
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we sorry, Blue. That was a dope ass show, I'll tell you that much.
Gio,
You
what's your
saw
vibe
it?
like?
You saw it? Oh, great! How nice. Thanks. Thanks for
Hey,
watching.
Gio, when a date cancel on you, usually what's going on in your mind? You done with it? You gonna hit her back? What's the vibes?
It depends on the excuse that she give.
Right.
But she definitely slides down the totem pole.
We
Oh,
got a totem pole.
yeah. Why can't be
Yeah.
a? Why can't be a? I ain't gonna say the N word, but a black person pole. You gotta get on the Indian man pole.
Hey, it's however you want to dress it up, but she did, you know what I'm saying, lose a little bit of priority when she can't make her engagements.
Yeah, yeah. I got people that ain't asked me again and ain't called me back.
Hmm.
Well, what is? I think if the impossible meat was good enough though, Blue, right? You wouldn't call off.
Yeah, but they don't get a chance to wow me with the impossible meat.
Whew.
So I'm saying she ain't got to the meet yet, bro. They ain't did the date.
Therefore, I ain't missing out on nothing, and I guess neither are they.
Oh, I thought the last go round was X. You was giving you doing a
Yeah,
private.
it was my
Spinning the
baby
block.
daddy. He took me on a date, and I made it to that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah, she gonna make it to those.
it's my other candidates. You know, we freshly broke up, you know, so we still in that phase where we fighting, we
Oh,
argue,
y'all
we hate
fiending
each
each other off a
other,
little bit.
we love each other,
Yeah,
we
they
hate
still.
each other.
Yeah.
I just
Y'all,
Yes.
recently, I just recently decided, you know what, maybe I should just take it, you know, what you call it, get an upper hand in this
Mm.
situation, you know.
upper
So
hand. Elaborate
Oh
on
yeah.
the upper hand.
I like the underhand.
you know, we ladies know how to get the upper hand in a
Oh,
pending breakup.
How do y'all do
But
that?
explain why you want to get the upper hand, Blue.
I need a babysitter.
The fuck?
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm confused.
Say
You
what
It's his
now?
kid. It's his
you
kids, ain't
gon'
it?
you gonna do that so that somebody else can entertain?
I need him to hang out with his daughter on nights
Correct.
that even he not supposed to hang out with his daughter, so I can go hang out with whoever I want.
That right. That's what I'm saying. So you gonna do that apology, not apologizing. So he get good, and then you gonna go entertain something else. Oh, okay. I see. I told you. I see the plays. I
Mhm.
see the plays.
It's a play by play.
It wouldn't be no play with me because I was just like spending time with my kids. So you just
There
be,
you go. Just call
I
it.
would
get
Call
hope
it
that
that.
that would be, yeah,
That's how
Just
it's
call it
supposed to
that.
be. That's
that
how
that
it's
would
yeah.
be
supposed
his
to be.
angle anyway.
Right.
So you
That's
just
how
be
it's
giving them
supposed to
draws for something I'm already do.
That. Speak on it, bro.
So if you think you got upper hand, then it just be
be. Yeah, but
I
sometimes
got
people,
something.
Sometimes
sometimes
that upper
people
hand
tell
ain't upper when you think it's
Well,
upper.
clearly she got to do what she got to do. It
for
ain't nothing
sure.
she just made up in her head that she had to do. She figured that this was a way to a means to what she needed to get done. So
yeah, you
Mhm.
know, he get her on 2 days a week. I might need him to have her for a couple days a week, so I gotta butter him up. And just,
Nice.
you know, I learned how to stop going to war so much. I'm learning how to use my feminine energy,
There you
how
go.
to
There you go.
seduce to get my way. And I like it.
Oh, okay.
I like
that
it.
P power.
That
Yeah.
seducing work if he unaware as hell. Like if he ain't
Oh yeah.
aware,
Correct.
yeah, that shit work. But to a aware brother, hey, that shit ain't going
I
Yeah,
don't
nowhere.
he
care
gonna
about
he, he gonna peep, he gonna peep it from the gate. Huh?
I
He's like,
I know
oh
when I'm
yeah.
being I know when I'm being manipulated when I'm
What I
aware.
say
You know what I'm
last
saying?
show.
yeah, it don't matter because you know what?
Peep it from the gate. Boy, I smelled that coming a mile away. Yeah, come on, give
When
me
I
them
hit
peeps.
that, when he hit that, when he bust that, that's all real. So it's not like it's
I hear
fake
that.
or manipulation. The action is the action.
Oh
No,
yeah.
the
All right.
action
And
is.
I know he missed it, and I know he missed me.
I like it.
You know.
Uh,
But that's the only
yeah.
date I've been able to make it to. Other than that, everybody done kind of got canceled. That's unfortunate.
I
So
guess
you
God's
canceling the
plan.
dates? Then why is he watching Jit to do? You canceling the motherfuckers? So how?
Listen, I ain't canceled this one today. I almost did.
Nice.
I prioritized you.
Mm. Like being prioritized. That's a thing. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's my
You
love
gotta get your
language.
priorities in order.
Yeah.
How's
How's your
y'all?
week? How's your weekend, Trey? Like your ensemble, man. Nice shirt.
Oh, I appreciate it. Back in Versace game. I had my titties bouncing a little bit, but y'all can't see it.
Whoa.
My week was good. It was a work stressful week, but it looked like fun, but it was all work. I had Skills USA national event here in Atlanta. I spoke about the state competitions where the kids go out and they compete. It's not just kids; it's also young adults that compete in different skill labors, whether it's medical, engineering, culinary, whatever. They compete on a national level, and they have it here in Atlanta. So we was the host, just hosting that, and they put me up in a nice hotel, so I wasn't too mad about it, but just, you know, time consuming and just training, just tired afterwards.
Yeah, I hear that, bro.
Is your background Atlanta? Is that Atlanta?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
might be the mayor one day.
Understood.
Man, talk that gangster shit, man. You never know, man.
I think they need me right now.
What you gonna do? Wet the streets up?
They need somebody gonna wet these motherfuckers up. they got all the other type of wet activities, not the right wet activities going on, but they need somebody to come in with some change, and I think I can bring that change.
You make Atlanta great again?
Do you already know? One splash at a time. We went out to I took a group of friends from work to the Trap House Museum, since we probably gonna transition over there to that soon. And I just realized that. Now I ain't just realized, I've been knew this, but just military people sometimes they lack self-awareness outside of the boat or wherever the hell they is.
Mhm.
We in the Trap House Music Museum, and part of like the lingo, like the what's the right verbiage, jargon is to use the bathroom is to use the head. So one of these dude, he's a little flamboyant, and we in the Trap House Museum, and he was like, where the head at?
Yeah. I see how that could be a problem.
Dude, it felt like the doggone record scratch. The whole building got silent. Dude, like, the fuck? Like, where you from,
Ain't that
cuz?
type of shindig, bro.
They trying to see where the head at.
I said, shit, me too. You tell me, bro.
Inquiring minds want to know.
You feel me? Shit,
He's
let
like,
me
oh,
know,
my bad.
pop.
Where's the restroom? He's like, where you from, man? He's like, I'm from Miami. He's like, that's how y'all talk down there? So I thought
Miami people and New Orleans people, they got some. It's like they are from a foreign country. They
Miami
accents
people
are
don't
so
talk too
strong.
crazy. New Orleans is wildly different. I'm down here in South Florida.
Yeah,
We get a little geeky here and there, but I don't think it's as bad as New
I can
Orleans.
definitely tell when somebody's from Miami. I can tell if somebody's from Miami, and I can tell if somebody's from New Orleans without a shadow of a doubt.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, them be the ones that don't leave a block though.
Yeah.
'Cause I know some brothers that are from Miami you wouldn't know, but
Oh,
them the
gotcha.
ones that don't leave a block, you
Yeah.
definitely gonna know he ain't never left Overtown or Little Haiti. Uh,
Uh,
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit a little different, but because Miami's very is a travel destination. Like people are from everywhere there. You get
Yeah.
anywhere from Russians to Colombians, Brazilians, of course all the West Indies, Jamaicans, Haitians, Cubans run the
Definitely
town.
Cubans. Yeah,
So it,
Cuba is right next door, ain't it?
Mhm.
yeah. Everything right next door in those West Indies and Caribbeans to Miami. So you got a
Mhm.
lot of flavor down there.
Yeah.
Um, if somebody just extra geeky down there, they really just not leaving they block. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real.
Got
Hey,
you.
you
Extra.
can point somebody out from Belgrade anywhere.
oh yeah, now that's different. You definitely could point somebody out from Belgrade anywhere. That's a country ass town out there, and yeah, there's some pockets of Florida. You definitely could find out that they're from Florida and they kind of geeky.
Mhm.
I had a decent weekend. I actually had a good week. Both of my kids' birthday fall like 7 days apart, so I've been extra broke as fuck. But outside of that, man, full up of blessings. Seeing a lot of smiles. My daughter had her 16th birthday party this past weekend.
Ooh, happy
Um,
birthday.
yeah, I had a good time, man. Hanging out with some family, meeting some of her friends, and she was just good to see your kid choosing good friends as well. They seem like a good group of kids, man. But just feeling extra blessed up, man. A lot of good energy, a lot of positive things going on. We're getting closer to the Trap Music Museum, the Media Day. I'm excited to pull up there. So just bringing a lot of work done with that. Once the months start winding down as well, us in the business world, everything's end of the month is important, and also the beginning of the next month is important. So just extra dialed in because it's the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's been my week.
Rent's coming.
Yeah.
Rent on the first and the third.
Here
Yeah, I
comes.
can always tell, man, because the women on social media start like
We
that's
be
when they
stressed
start.
out.
Yeah, I could tell.
We be stressed the fuck out.
INDEPE.
It ain't less stressful. I would much rather be spending anybody else's money but mine.
Oh
Me
yeah,
too. Shit.
Facts.
I think everybody would. I think
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
do a survey of 100 million people, they all would rather spend somebody else's money than they own.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yep, I'm
That
one
is
of
a
them.
fact.
Just can't be willing to do nothing strange for some change.
I might.
We
Things for change.
I do
Blue Jay,
something.
we haven't talked your entrepreneur journey. We talked with Shell when she first came on the show. I'm always interested to hear entrepreneurial journeys and what you got going on, what you got
Well,
cooking.
I actually left the corporate world about 6 years ago. No, um, yeah, maybe about 6 years ago. Uh, I worked for an orthodontist for about 10 years, so I've been all up in the mouth, and
Mm,
I just had a hard time following those damn rules.
too.
I had a hard time being there in the morning, so I said, you know what? I want a job where I can just smoke weed, have
Yeah,
some
yeah.
alcohol, shake my ass, make
You a stripper?
money, but not be a stripper.
Oh,
And everybody
shit.
laughed at me. They was like, "What? That's impossible. How are you gonna do a job like that without being a stripper?" I was like, "I don't know. It got to be out there for me." So I ended up getting a call from a friend who said that she had a friend who was opening up a lounge and needed waitresses, and I ain't never waitressed a day in my life. So but she said that he had some applicants and none of them was attractive, and she's trying to call her beautiful friends because they real vain. They want some beautiful women up in there. I said, well, I can at least do that. I know I can come with the beauty. So I go up into this spot. It's a black-owned spot now in my city, um, and shit, I got hired to be a waitress, but I didn't know how to be a fucking waitress. I was like, I'm cool, I'm
Uh,
funny, but I don't know how to be a waitress. So I would hang out in the place for a while, but they liked my energy in there and they liked my presence in there, but I didn't have a real position. So like now it's just starting to feel, I just come up in here. I try to do stuff, I try to help around, paint, um, organize, and I ended up starting the owner gave me a job. He was like, uh, do our social media. I'm like, okay. He's like, put us on Google. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to do any of that. He just walked in, being this big shot that he is. He had expectations. He threw them on my desk, and I sorted through them. So I ended up becoming a social media business marketer for that company. They actually ended up being my first client, and I've been consistently with them since 2017 or 18. And then they had a company that would come in there. It was a mobile hookah company. Um, and they were in there for a while, but they had drama. It was like this hot lesbian girl, and somebody took her girlfriend. They was fighting all up in there. So they ended up leaving. So we were getting calls like, "Hey, do y'all still have that hookah there?" And I told the boss, I said, "We should have hookah here." He was like, "Well, do it." I was like, "Do it?" You know what I'm saying? He hit me with the same shit with the social media shit. He said, "Yeah, do it." And I was like, "Okay." So shit, I went on YouTube and figured out some stuff, and I literally have had my own mobile hookah business since then. And this same place is my first client. So I've been working out of this lounge, contracted out of this lounge since 2018. And I also am mobile and do private parties and private events. So that's that's my story, and that's how I ended up in this position. I don't know what I'm about to do next. I
nice. That's a big lane. We hired somebody for our network. We brought on
hmm
a media guy that does our social media. Shout out to my guy Lion. He does
hmm
a lot of stuff for us. Our videographer, creative directing, a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But that's a whole industry, and new industries are popping up in this world where people
Yep.
don't pay attention to them. But that social media is very important. It ain't, I know everybody want
hmm
their likes and all that stuff, but for business people,
hmm
that's your free. That's your marketing. It ain't free, but that's your
Yeah.
biggest tool to reach an audience, to reach a customer. So all that shit is very, very important. Those are very key careers and jobs, and you get to do that shit from your crib.
Hell
At your own
yeah.
luxury.
You do, you
Yeah.
do. And I listen, it's been paying my bills, and I've been living very comfortably with my three kids, paying my bills by myself, everything. My 2-year-old just had an $800 birthday party. I'm ashamed, but like when I tell you that
No prom coming up. Don't worry.
it's shocking as it is, like I actually support my family, and I don't live a below average life. So
No, I don't think it's shocking at all. What I think the beauty of everything that you just said is just freeing yourself
hmm
from others like expectations and criticism. Like like you was working a job that you wasn't really passionate about, and we a lot of us get to that point in our journey of trying to figure out what we want to do with our lives and whatnot. And typically they ingrain in us go to college, or go pick up a 9 to 5, pick up a trade or whatever. But a lot of times we don't really know what we want to do when we go to college or when we go pick up whatever that that entail with whatever trade that they want us to pursue. And then we end up working these fields and these jobs and getting these degrees in something that we really don't want to
Right.
do. So you working in the orthodontist field and just knowing that, like, hey, look, this don't really give me the creative drive that I want. So I want to go ahead and step out and just try something different. And
Yeah.
you build your own lane from that. I
I
thought,
feel like I created this whole thing. It was just a random thought. Like, this is the life I want to live. And I swear, here I am and been living that life for a couple of years. It's a lounge, it's like a nightlife. And so everybody looks good. The girls have on it's like a urban Hooters, except the
Nice.
girls are a lot more curvier and stuff. And everybody look good. And
Sounds like a nice spot to do a live show.
it is. And nobody, nobody's selling sex. We just selling products and an image and
We're
an
selling.
environment and an atmosphere. So I didn't end up in a strip club.
Y'all not
But I'm
selling
four
pussy, but
nights
y'all
a
selling
week
sex.
and I don't have to be
oh
there
yeah,
until late. So I get to be at home with my daughter full
yeah,
time. And I love that.
Hmm.
Beautiful
Well, I
thing.
think whether it's work, whatever it may be, I think passion is a key thing to happiness, bruh. Like whether it's something you work you're using as your career, but I think the lack of passion is like in my opinion is like the leading cause of like depression and unhappiness. So I think it's
Hmm.
very key to have. I don't encourage everybody to go quit their job and try
No.
to be an R&B singer and they can't sing and shit. You know what I'm saying? No shit like that. But you got to find something that you're passionate about and that'll fuel you and keep the happy.
right.
Yeah.
And I think that also, like, in the midst of that, just not giving a fuck about other people criticism and expectation. Just focus
Mhm.
on what makes you
Facts.
happy.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's where a lot of people kind of just shy away and don't pursue whatever it is that they dream is. So I guess.
A lot of people just say that because people ask you like they really don't know what they're passionate about because this world kill your creativity. So
Mm.
you become this robot that's just been going to work, and then you be like, yeah, what the fuck do I am I passionate about? What do I like? What do I really dream about? So some people get caught into this rut. So I have people that hit me up in their DMs just ask me like, yo, how do I find my passion?
Hmm.
Hmm.
And it's I tell people all the time, you gotta get back to that kid like mentality. This
Yeah.
world,
You have.
creativity is a kid thing. It's like
Yep.
they work it out of us. This world, and expectations like Trey was saying of other people, worrying about what other people think and their opinions, drains that creative out of you, and then you become adults, and then you ask an adult to get back into a kid like mindset, and that ain't easy. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely do. Well, I don't know. It's my imagination. I created something and here I am. Like, people underestimate their abilities to manifest what they actually want and they underestimate their power over their own lives. So,
Ooh, that was a bar.
Hmm. Yeah, still spitting hot 16s.
my ass is tired. I'm tired.
Shell, you quiet. What's up with it?
How's your weekend? Your week?
It was good. I went to Nashville for the first time this past weekend. My
Oh,
best
I want to get to
friend's
Nashville.
little brother got married, so we all grew up together. Our mamas still live on the same road in
Oh,
Mississippi. So he got married in Nashville. It was so dope. It was an outside wedding out in like a little country part, really nice rural area, not a lot of really nice houses. It was beautiful out there, and they got married out there. It was a very short, intimate wedding, and then they for the reception they went to this really dope old cinema that was
mm,
that used to be a an old theater. Um, place, and they turned it into like a brunch spot with a bar, and they still had the original well, not the original, but they still had screens in there and stuff, so they were running a real old Prince movie that I hadn't even seen before,
Wow.
and it was really dope. So I'm gonna do a reel on it on Instagram so you guys can see it. But it was a really great weekend with people from my hometown that I knew very well, and so I'm not related to them, but I grew up with them, so we all like cousins. So it was from the time
Play
I flew in,
cousins.
from the time I flew in Friday night to the time I left Saturday morning, we were non-stop. And so shoot, I had to sleep for like a day and a half because I was so damn tired. But it was a
Oh,
great
nice.
weekend. So shout out to Will and Romanita for a beautiful wedding and blessings on
Romanito. That is awesome. That's I had never heard of that one. That's
Because her
that.
daddy named Rome and her mama named
Right? You beat me to it.
Anita.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's how I go.
Allegedly.
I know a Greg Nita. Her daddy named Greg. Her mama named Nita.
You made that up.
No, I'm dead ass
You
serious.
know a Greg Nita?
Yeah.
God bless that young woman, man.
There's not a lot of creativity in that.
I might have on the show.
That's terrible. Greg Nita, is she listening? Your
She
parents
definitely
didn't even
listening.
try. They didn't even try.
Shout out
That's
Greg
crazy.
Nita, Roman Nita.
Nah, man, I'll change my name if I was you.
ASAP.
I've never been to Nashville. Is it black people out there?
It's a lot of black people. Like I was surprised. I definitely want to go back.
Really?
You know, on top of the nature, there's a lot of good eats and restaurants out there.
I heard good
But
coach out there.
it's a pretty it was pleasantly surprising. But I had
Yeah.
heard that from people that I knew that had been there before. They always say that they had a good time in Nashville and that it's really pretty and dope.
Don't they
So
call?
we had a good time, huh?
I thought it was
Yeah,
a sundown town.
Oh no, I think they call Nashville the white Atlanta.
Really?
I can
No,
see
for
it.
real, that's the thing. They call
Everywhere, the white Atlanta is everywhere, but Atlanta.
makes sense.
Hmm.
Sundown. We don't believe in sundown towns. That's not a thing. I encourage all black people to tote pistols everywhere they go, and if the sun up or the sun down, bust back.
Oh yeah,
You tell me
definitely.
when you can tell me when to get in my house and when to get out the road. I'm a grown man. But I do want to get to Nashville. I like the rooftop. I heard the rooftop scene is a lot of rooftop bars. I heard some good vibes out there. I'm gonna check it out during football season.
I actually went to that's when I jumped off the plane. That's when they picked me up from the airport. That's the first place we went is to the W rooftop
Right.
bar and celebrated with the bride to be. So it was a
You
good time.
standing in W.
Dang, how wonderful. How fun.
Yeah. You balling. She's standing in W.
Well,
Yeah.
you didn't get you didn't see no. How was you feeling at a wedding? Do that make you get the lovey feels? Get the love
When
bug a
I
little bit?
seen her, it was all good because it was hot. It was hot as hell. So everybody
Moist.
getting comfortable. Everybody wore black. They asked everybody wear black. So you already know how that is when it's hot outside. But it looked good
I see
as
that.
far as aesthetics. But I think what got me choked up was when she walked up in her dress and they met eyes and that first look.
Oh my
Wow. That was breathtaking. I think
God.
all I heard was it was like a wave of little snipples and everybody's eyes just drew up a little bit because
What did the look look like? Can you tell us what the look looked like real quick?
it was just like I don't know. I don't know. It was just like magical. It was magical. He just looked at her and it was like the breath was knocked out of him. And she looked phenomenal in her dress. I mean, she looked like a perfect Barbie doll. And I mean that.
Wow.
And
Did
so
you catch
you
the
doing-
bouquet?
Trying out for
There was no bouquet. There was no bridesmaids. It was just him and her. You know what I'm saying? Even my best friend just sat in the front row. At first, I think she was gonna have that, and then they got away from that, and it actually was perfect. It was perfect.
Oh, wow.
Sure, there wasn't nobody tackling niggas for the bouquet.
We didn't do that. They didn't do all that extra stuff. We got. I told you it was outside.
Jump the broom or nothing.
Oh yes, they jumped the broom. They did.
Okay.
And they
Yes.
did the sand. They did the sand union where they poured the sand, into together. The
Oh, that's new to me.
individual
I ain't never heard of that one.
the
Yeah,
individual
I've seen
bases
that
of
one. I've
sand.
seen the
They did
candles.
the
I've seen the sand.
ceremony.
I've seen
Yeah.
it.
So that was beautiful. But like I said, it was short and it was sweet and it was perfect. And then we partied it up at the cinema. So yeah.
And did they try to hook you up with the nigga that you walked down the aisle with?
She just
I
said
just
don't do none
said
of
it
that.
wasn't no bridesmaid, no groomsman.
Yeah.
It was none of that. It
Yeah,
was
that's
none of
how they.
that.
You know how they do. Don't act like
No,
this new.
no, it wasn't any escorting of any sort like that. I wasn't a part of the wedding. I didn't even RSVP. So
I'm
I
just trying to tell you what my groomsmen were like, hey man, make sure you hook me up with the bad. You know, they try to make sure like.
You used to get messed up by height and stuff, though, man.
Did you take a date, Shell?
I did not. I didn't take sand to the beach, baby.
Okay.
No,
Can't nobody
so
fuck with you?
I did meet somebody at the W or whatever, and he was real nice, and he took care of my drinks, and we had good conversation or whatever.
Still in
So
the Costco
he
line.
asked, "Can he stay in touch?" So I said, "I guess we'll see."
That's where you go to meet him at the W, baby. They buy drinks at the W.
Yeah.
At
So
all W's.
Yep.
They buy drinks at Applebee's too.
I
It's
always have fun at the W.
Whataburger.
Win Dixie.
Any W I go to, it's a good time.
Yep.
Even Win Dixie.
That's the W,
No, with Dixie.
not the grocery store.
I mean, it's easy to stay in touch. Like, so you at the W and the man say you want to stay in touch. It ain't like 1995. You just like, yo, what's your IG? You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
I can see how you vibing a little bit.
I didn't even know he was interested. I went on by my business when we
bought you a
walked
drink. What you
in, and
mean?
he stopped my
Oh.
friend and asked her about me
He
and
bought that old
things.
fashioned. It was
And
on.
he didn't even say anything. Then eventually I found him standing beside me, and he was just like, "I just have to ask you, can I get your number?" And I was like, "No."
Oh, he asked for numbers.
So anyway, it was cool.
I'm glad
You
you
have
had
a
a good
beeper?
time.
I did. I had a phenomenal time with my family. We went to Top Golf. We went and ate some,
Said a
crab
beef.
legs. Huh?
Oh wow, that's nice. I'm jealous.
Oh.
I need to get out the damn house.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say, Trey?
I ain't say nothing.
Oh, I thought you had said something. So anyway, yeah, no, it was a good time. We did a little bit this, a little bit that. We just had a good time. We laughed hard. That's for sure.
That's
Because that's one thing we gonna do.
Well, he
So
couldn't
it was
beat
good.
that.
It was a great weekend.
Yeah. But if you pull laughter too,
Guys, just not a closer. If you laughing hard with me at the W and I bought drinks,
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
taking you
game
through
on.
there. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and close the
I
deal.
wasn't at the W that. I wasn't at the W that long.
We
When I
going
say
straight to Pound Town.
when I said
Pound
we laughed
town,
hard, I
pound
just mean
town, baby.
in
Yes,
general
sir.
over the weekend. I was not at the W that long talking
Just
to
thinking
this
in my
man.
head, boy. She giggling a little too hard at these jokes, boy. I know I got her now.
No, it wasn't like that. I'm not thirsty.
Oh
You
man.
gotta be thirsty. I'm just giving you the
Right.
science. If I can make you laugh and I'm buying these drinks, you giving me conversation.
I'm not thirsty.
The only thing that was quenching my thirst was those drinks.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we talking
One
about.
more ship.
Oh yeah, just one more ship.
Shout out to Martin Lawrence, man. Can't do that type of comedy no more. It gets canceled.
Expeditiously.
Do you have you ever stepped to a dude, Blue Jay? Like you interested in a guy? Because sometimes dudes do be scared to step to chicks. Even they be trying to act all macho and shit with their boys, but dudes be scared to step to women, man. So if you see a dude, y'all locking eyes, and you could tell he kind of feeling you, would you step to a dude?
Yeah. I'm little too, y'all. I'm real little, so I don't got a problem shooting my shot.
Bugsy Bogues.
You say a little person. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm
How
real
tall are
little.
you?
4'11".
Oh my God, boy, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nigga in the
Oh
Chinese
wow.
phone book.
I'm 4'11" and I'm all body yada yada, baby. I'm a grown
Nigga
ass
in the
woman
Chinese
body that ass
phone book.
is heavy.
Okay, girl.
Well,
Look
shout
what
out to
you
the
got.
internet. Bro, the internet gave me thinking your ass about 5.
You gonna make me look really tall.
Oh my God, y'all gotta be kidding me. Look, I just had a friend that said my arms look too short in any photo that I take for anybody to think that I'm tall.
The
I have
internet
somebody
fooled
else
the shit
tell
out of
me
me, boy.
Somebody else told me that. He said, "Damn, I thought you was 5'8". I lost a little bit of respect for you. I said, "Boy, suck my dick." Oh, he lost some respect for me.
What?
What?
He said he
Clown.
lost respect for me when he found out I was 4'11", first of all. But that's why I will
That's
shoot my
cute.
shot. Because I'm little too, so I will push
Fun
up on
side.
somebody. Because it'd be the audacity. I'd be like,
Beat them little bit, motherfucker. That be trying to push up on people.
"We sure
Gio
will."
said fun size.
What we got to lose? You know what I'm saying? We already got to, we got to make you see us. We got to make you look down.
That's
No,
cute.
no, no. You 4'11" and carrying that wagon. I don't think you got many people look around.
Oh, yeah,
They know we're
they look automatic.
I mean, when I walk in, everybody be looking. You know what I'm saying? I take advantage of the power that I have, like the charisma and everything. So I'll
you're
push
not
up on a guy quick.
you're not scared of rejection from a man? Dude
No,
never reject you? No?
I can't say that I'm not scared of rejection. I've never experienced it before. I don't.
Damn.
Damn, 100% from the field. That's
I
good
hey,
don't.
work.
That's a
better
nice
than Steph
percentage, man.
Curry.
I
I mean, I'm
can't
selective with
control.
my shots, so like my percentage is high. I can read a room good, but 100% is good work.
I mean,
What kind of rooms you walking in?
I know, right?
hospital rooms.
Hospital rooms.
Lord, mercy.
Yo,
Rooms. Damn it.
Trey is cackling. Look at him.
I ain't expect that type of comeback, boy. Golly.
I mean, I cannot recall being rejected because I mean, if I have ever been rejected, I would remember because I'm pretty sure it'd be hurtful.
Oh yeah.
No, not on
No,
rejection.
no, it ain't hurtful.
I don't
What is
think
that?
women handle that well. I mean, we'd be like, "What? First of all, I have a vagina. Are you kidding me?" Like,
That's why I be liking to shut them
that
down
can't be.
sometimes because
That
that
can't
take
be.
them all. That throwing for a loop.
yeah, we
That
don't
talk,
expect
Silk.
that. We don't expect to be rejected at all.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of vaginas around here, so you got it.
It don't matter. This is the one that's walking up to you and standing in front of your face. Like, this is the
At
one
the
that you're not
moment.
having to work for. This is
She
the one that's
provides a good
coming
point.
to pursue you. So who
Yeah,
cares?
but if it's a plethora of them walking up to me, and then this
Right.
4'11" one walk up, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to sniff that one. You
Maybe
know?
why she displaying it out. She don't
4'11"?
know.
Because 4'11"?
No, I'm just saying, like it.
You know what? I take it back. I do recall one guy who told me, I don't know if this is considered rejection because we had kind of like been dealing with each other, but I think it is. So he told me that he felt like he was like about 6'3".
Yeah, he wanted this child to go to the league.
Yeah, he trying to get an athlete.
Yeah, that's what he said. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh man, you
Oh,
so
yeah.
little. I mean, I don't know if I can have kids with you." I'm like, "Bitch,
Trying to make LeBron around this bitch.
Oh yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck?
We can do other things.
What the fuck? You think I'm gonna give you some itty bitty kids? I'm not gonna give you no itty bitty kids.
You might fuck around and do that
Nah, that ain't
on
happening.
accident.
He got
And
the
he
dominant
was
genes.
just 6'3", and he was
He was like
talking like that.
Yeah, he was like 6'3", 6'4". So I mean, everybody is tall to me ultimately.
If
So
he
I'm
go
like,
get a 5'11" chick, then he upgrade his height genetics a little bit.
Just a
and she
If
can
little.
he's
still give
6'3".
him a little bitty ass baby. Like
Not
you
not if
like
she's
the gene
5'11".
pool is a dice game, man.
No, it's a science.
There's definitely some sides to that shit for
Yeah,
sure.
man, it's still some shit don't make sense.
That
Yeah,
don't mean it ain't science.
But
it don't
genetics
make
is a
sense.
mug, though. So
It don't
even
make sense. 'Cause
even if the person's 5'11", they may be the tallest person in one of the taller people in their family. So you still may get whatever the grandma and them and the auntie and them size is. It just
9 times out
really.
of 10, but if a woman's 5'11", that means they got some tall women in their family, bro, or people. Period. If a woman's 5'11", now if a dude's 5'11", you just never know. It's genetics, so some weird
Right.
shit can happen. Like my sister, right now, his height may slow down, but my sister's son, his mom and his dad are like 5'1". He probably they height right now. He's like 10. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so you
You
just
just don't
you never
know.
know. But
It's a nice game.
yeah, also,
Chocolate people be having some
no, but
yellow
Shaq ain't
thing.
finna have no little churn, bro.
oh
And
no, that ain't
His
happening.
shit,
And
What's gonna
shit,
fuck around and
what
happen though?
what's her name?
hoops.
Shaq's not Hoops. Well,
We
Hoops
Shawnee.
is
got a
tall,
whole
but
honey.
Shawnee.
Shani. Shani's like 5'10", like 5'11". She's not short at all. She just look tiny around him.
compared to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, what's gonna fuck around and happen though, Blue, is you gonna fuck around and get one of these brothers who got who 4'11" but got the surgery for to be like and they like 6 foot right now. You thinking that, oh man, I'm about to drop in some 6 foot draws, and he 4'11" too.
Y'all gonna be matching the heights.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna be the same height spiritually.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that.
Cause
I
somebody
like that.
who bought their height definitely ain't got the attitude of a tall person.
That's
I don't know. I can't speak for somebody that bought their height because they might have
You
bought their
lacking
height.
confidence.
Yeah,
It's
they
just
might.
like girls who
Sure.
buy their ass. You know, they want to like girls who we done
Yeah.
had a fat ass our whole life. We have a certain
Yeah, you blank.
attitude
Okay.
versus somebody who just got the ass. You know, they can't take a picture. They want to walk backwards and shit. Like they don't
Yeah,
understand
they ain't used
the
to no
grace
bragging.
and the
Oh
etiquette
yeah.
of having to learn how to live with having that appeal to themselves.
Now, that's the
Oh,
thing. I like that tape. So like yeah. It also you could tell as they walk if it's jiggling, like if it's real or not. But
Mhm.
definitely there's some self esteem issues. What do you feel about weave?
Weave.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Weave is so diverse. Like you ain't got to be bald headed or nappy headed to wear no weave. You don't have to have bad hair or good hair to wear no weave. It's good hair preservation. I find that when my hair is not very healthy, I weave it up. You know, it keeps me out of it.
keep you out of the weeds.
Keeps me out of my hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Trey's playing
Even
a
now,
little double entendre there.
yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, man. Hair is a whole cultural ritual for Black women, and it's not for nobody else to understand. Like, it's everything to us. It's how we bond. It's how we identify. It's how we decorate ourselves. Like, you know, hair
Black
is
men too.
it's
Yeah, we get
ritual
it.
Some of
for
us
us.
lose it, but I was at my son's track practice today and was looking at three black boys all standing beside each other. All their hair was had dreads, one had a mohawk. My son's hair is looking whatever he got going on today and it's dyed. But black boys in their hair it's a whole thing, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
It's a
yeah. My
vibe.
son right now is going through his hair identity. I call it hair
Right.
identity crisis. He's trying to figure out we cut his locks off, so now he's trying to figure out what he want to do, and he's got to get acquainted to his texture. So his texture is it's he got some very potent, beautiful, potent like cotton,
Nice.
spongy.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
Yeah.
amazing. It's beautiful hair, but the maintenance is out of control. So he been trying everything. He pick it. We done conditioned it. We even tried to texturize it. His hair is so potent that they didn't even take the texturizer.
Put an S
I'm
curl in
like,
that boy
baby,
hair?
just let me
Oh
lock it
yeah, put a
up.
whole Duke in there.
I
Nah, don't do
I
that to
told
him.
him to just let me lock it back up. But his dad is biracial, and
Oh man.
yeah, so and his dad have a whole lot of hair. He got it's like 40 strands of pore. I don't understand that shit. So my son has like my texture of hair, but his dad's volume, child. I didn't realize, how much boys to go through hair phases because I keep telling him just cut it off. No, no, I don't want to cut off. Just twist it. I don't want to. I want to try different things. And it's not making sense to me. You're a boy. Like just cut it
Nah,
off.
we do the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, we was the same way with our hair when we was younger, man.
Hmm.
The hair was a thing. There was a whole beef in my house with my parents,
Oh yeah.
man. Like what we was trying to do with our hair, for real, for real.
Yeah.
So I let
Yeah.
my son be explorative, do his thing. He's never
Hmm.
had a low haircut his entire life. He's 11 years old. Uh,
Hmm.
I cut his hair semi low because he cut a patch in it when he was like one and a half. He
Hmm.
got some scissors. I wasn't watching him like I supposed to. He cut a patch in his head, so I had to trim it down to like a low fro.
Uh-huh.
That's the lowest he ever had his hair. But yeah, man, it's a whole thing.
It is.
Um, and it goes back. It's cultural for us as well. Like if you look
Mhm.
just back to Africa and all that, it's always been women hair. You know, it's
Mhm.
been kind of a society thing too. Your hair says a lot about you. I think we try to identify ourselves in some type of way with. I'm bald now, so I can't get that shit off. But when we did have hair, like my son wanted to get dreads as well. He talked about getting dreads, but
Mhm.
that's a permanent decision. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is. It is because either they and then you have to cut it off and start all the way over if you ever, decide that that's
Yeah.
not.
You can unravel it, but it take a lot of work.
That take time.
Yeah.
It could take months to unravel your locks.
Not months, but it'll take you at least several days.
You don't unravel them motherfuckers, Gio?
My co-creator did.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
I didn't know she did that. That's she did it. How fast she did that?
Her and her homegirl, it took them about 3 days.
Oh, okay. So she had,
Dang. You lose a lot of hair though. I've seen
Yeah,
somebody take down their locks,
yeah, yeah.
but that's because that's what make up the locks in the first place.
Helped it Matt. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm letting my 11-year-old son explore. He 11 too. I'm letting him go through it.
I think that's the beauty in all this is just like that in this day and age, just like for culturally, just let them, explore their their hair and figure that out instead of like making like I know we talked about it briefly on this show about like Boosie and his son coming in and he had
Mm-hmm.
other than the boosted fade and he made him cut it off and made him get a boosted fade or whatever. Just I don't know, just being open to like letting your kid explore themselves and figure out like their style and what
They creating.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what my mama did for me. I went through a phase,
Mama ain't play that
especially.
shit. Well, my mom was like, "Hey, bro, you cut that shit off, boy. You
That's what I was about to do, but I didn't. But and my mom wasn't like that with me. She let me like listen. I went through a stage where I wore black makeup and I thought I was a chola. Okay,
you
I wore black lipstick. I flipped my damn bang backwards, and I
thought you was American?
hell
Shit,
yeah,
she
I grew
4'11".
up in the barrios, man. I grew up in the barrios. Okay, so
She
yeah,
4'11", bro.
I fell in line with the culture of
Yeah, I
the
see that.
environment that I lived in.
It fell in the short line.
Whatever
Right.
you say, it made me more
No,
cultural.
yeah, yeah.
I appreciate every phase that I went through. It made me very culturally conscious. It taught me to respect other cultures and their differences, and it made me curious and want to learn more. And then as I started wanting to learn more about other cultures, that's how I took the nosedive into my own. That's when I went into my
Already.
whole phase. Like, well, then I'm appreciating who they are. Who am I? So that's
Mm.
why I have that underlining confidence as a black woman because I took just as much interest in their shit as mine, but it was some phases. I, I used to listen to Spanish music in the house loud. Okay, my mom was like, "People are gonna think Mexicans live here." I
Yeah,
was
Why the
turn
like,
hell
that shit
you?
off.
Where the hell you got this phrase from? I'm
"No,
curious now. Like, what you like? Yeah, you had a Mexican dude you liked or some shit.
Oh yeah,
no, no." I mean, there was
Just
Jorge,
Selena.
there was Jorge, and there was Enrique and Arturo, but they were not my inspiration. My
Okay,
inspiration
so
were
you
were
said a
my
Jorge.
Jorge. You gotta
George.
say Jorge.
Mm-hmm.
he
Jorge.
working on the Mars.
You should have had a couple of Jesuses too.
Jesus. Jesus. Get it right.
I knew you was gonna say that, Trey. I was waiting on it to come.
Yeah, she done had some Jesus in her life.
In the name of Jesus. Yes, I have. But it was actually I had I didn't get along with the black girls in my school because I didn't come from the projects. They like to clown each other and bring down each other's confidence and it's always fighting and bickering and I did not get along with them. They always made fun of me about my clothes and how I dressed. It was just weird shit to me. I didn't think it was entertaining to hurt people's feelings and so
Feel
I
that.
ended up requesting to go to another class and they put me in this ESL class. And in the ESL class, everybody was trying to learn English. So they did a good job. They put me over there with them and
Well, they talking about your ass up in there, boy.
I helped to teach them Spanish. I mean, I helped to teach them with their English and they introduced me to their culture. It was such a good exchange for a while. That was one of the funnest times of my fucking life. I even did ballet folklorico.
That's
Like with
dope.
the flamingo
No, that's
dresses and
dope.
stuff. I was
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
black
yeah.
girl. What
That's
they
how you
saying about
became
me?
Mexican. You came Spanish because black people was treating you like shit. That's crazy.
No, they used to bully me. They did. I was
Yeah,
different. Like
we got a bullying culture. That's the thing.
no, they used to bully the hell out. I didn't understand that type of interaction. I was not one of those kids. I just wasn't. It
Right.
didn't make sense to me. I'm like, oh, what? Something's wrong with my shoes? But they're shoes. Like I was one of them type of kids. It just
Yeah,
didn't
No,
make
I
sense.
didn't
you
do it.
went
I
you
was
went
just
them all them Nike Cortezes.
I was a counterpuncher. So if you started the jokes, I had some shit for you. You know what I'm saying? But I never just cracked on people for what they wore or nothing like that
Yeah,
because that's just not that's not the energy of the people that raised me. We
right.
weren't raised like that. But if you fired some shit off, I definitely had It's a lot of comedians in my family, bro. So we was trained to be able to return counterpunch and shit.
Yeah.
You're
No,
not an Aries, Corey, right?
What's up?
No, you returning fire.
No, I'm
Last show you
counterpunching on
sent.
jokes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I threw some punches. They was physical punches though. Like shit, you could only hurt my feelings so long if I was swinging. They took
Mm.
my ass up out of that class. What's a nat? Yeah, they took me up out of there. But I loved it.
Let's get
I,
into the docket before we be on here. We're gonna breeze through the docket a little bit. One
what they
time for the
saying in
great.
the comments? They saying something? How y'all see them?
We don't have any comments. It ain't live. We need to do it live.
Oh,
Trey was
okay.
gonna do Facebook.
I dropped the
Okay.
Second.
ball on this one. I dropped the
Okay.
ball. Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't get
Trey was getting last minute. Trey was moving a little late from the meeting and whatnot. So if you're
Mhm.
listening, our next show will be on Facebook Live. So find us on Facebook, Coach Uncut Podcast. Follow us, subscribe, whatever you got to do on Facebook. I don't be on there like that, but y'all tap in with us for next week on Tuesday night. We're gonna pull
oh,
up and hang out a little bit.
and also blew your channel as well, right?
Out of the blue. Yeah, Facebook. Blue Jay. BLEUJAY. That's me on Facebook.
Already. One time for the great folks at takeavacay.com. Be sure to use coupon code CUP at checkout for 20% off of all Delta 8 THC products. They have vapes in the flavor watermelon, pomegranate, uh, kiwi, cherry pie, bubblegum OG. I think I mixed them up with the gummies, which is flavors of blue raspberry, kiwi, watermelon, and I'm forgetting one. It feels like.
Straw Nana.
Anywho,
Hmm.
straw
Did you do
nana.
cherry pie?
I did do cherry pie, straw nana. Shout out to Chef. Look at you.
Yeah, it was on point.
On point, ain't it?
KB not here, so he.
Yeah, that's KB flavor right there, the straw nana. Um, Coupon code CUP at checkout. Everything's federally legal to your mailbox. None of this is illegal. Discreet packaging, so the mailman don't even know what he's dropping off to your house, and you'll have that loud pack. Coupon code CUP at checkout. 20% off. All right. Submarine people. Let's get into this shit, man.
Mm.
When people got into a tuna can and went down to the bikini bottom.
Hmm.
Don't want to make too many jokes and like laying this out because people did pass away. I seen black people don't take shit serious, man. Social media being crazy and the motherfucker about this whole submarine shit. Like we don't take shit serious. People actually died on this shit.
We
And
don't
I've
gotta
seen
take shit serious. We ain't gotta take a damn thing serious. Hell,
they ain't take
we already
themselves
made a
serious
hard
by
knock
jumping in that damn can. Uh, what's your opinion on the can before we get into other? I know we finna get woke off of this, but when you cut on the internet and seen that these motherfuckers got into a tuna can and went to the bikini bottom, what was your opinion or your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Trey, how many messages did you get personally just because you in the CG?
Oh
Somebody
man,
gonna save them?
oh yeah, he the dude at the doggone event I was just at. He was like, "Hey, I saw the Coast Guard was out there trying to save this dude." Oh, hey,
I'm
bro,
like,
that dog
I'm
was already.
retired. And I got at least a dozen messages like, yo, what they doing? What they gonna do? How do y'all do that? What they sending down there? What kind of technology y'all got? I'm like,
They think they call y'all in
I
the
don't
meeting?
know.
Yeah, that's what they thought.
They thought like we was about to send rescue swimmers down there and grab them up and pull that thing out. Like, no, it's not
No,
that easy.
Whoa.
That's
kind of
how
hard to
many
pull that
how
thing
many
down.
thousands of feet under?
Pull out.
No.
I ain't never
no,
pulled out.
I'm sure if the right baby daddies would have been in that
They're
submarine
not.
and found
But see,
and
that's the thing. That's the
pulled
thing,
up.
sis. I don't know
You gotta
none
leave
of
that
the people
thing
that's
in.
talking about if they baby daddy was down there. You know your damn baby daddy cannot afford to even be on that damn thing. So miss me with that. Nobody that said nothing about a baby daddy being down there. No, damn well they baby daddy. That's not
I'm telling you, them girls ain't gonna go
a
find them
fake
if that's where they
scenario.
at. It's some women out here that will find your ass. It don't matter if you in outer space, baby.
Man, I was listening. I was with a group of Caucasians the other night, and we was
Shout out to
out.
them boys, man.
No, a group of white Caucasian, group of white
There's black
female.
Caucasians?
A
What
group
the
of
hell?
white female Caucasian. I was out with, and this subject came up, and it was like, they kept saying, "Oh, man, men and their you just got on this men bashing thing, right?
Boys and their toys. Boys and their toys. That's what I.
Yeah, they went down that avenue. So I was like, hey, I said,
We need to leave black guys out of that type of shit though.
that's what. So at first I was like, yo, first, I said, you know how miserable this motherfucker got to be as a man on Father's Day to be like, fuck you, I'm going to the bottom of the ocean.
And the tuna
Yo,
can.
your ass got to be like, yo, to be like, out of all that, I don't care about none of this. This Father's Day, I'm trying to be nowhere around your ass. Take me to the bottom of the doggone. I want to go see the Titanic today. You know how miserable you got to be in life to be able to say, okay, that's what I want to do. And I said, also, like, ain't no black men down there, so you got to go ahead and just structure that whole shit that you talking about. Like, ain't no black men down there.
Mm-mm. That's one situation where I don't mind us not having a seat at the table, a seat in the submarine.
Mm.
Why are you trying to go see the Titanic?
Why did you just need to let the Titanic die? Like we already got Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate
You
Winslet.
can't get a new movie. I'm
Like,
dead on that.
if you want to go see the Titanic, go fucking watch the movie. Like, why do you need to go under the sea? They went looking for the white mermaid. That's what
The
happened.
submarine just gotta be fly. Like if it was decked out and it had like lazy boy massage chairs and a VIP,
You
and
did
you
it.
know, you put cigar. I'm still not saying I would have understood it. If it was a fly excursion, like motherfuckers want to go to the moon. So like I don't want to go to the moon, but somebody want to do it. If it's fly, I get it. But if you on some tight rocket ship and you gotta eat out of a fucking, a tube for a few weeks, then nah, bro, they ain't no
Sitting
it ain't
Indian
luxury to me.
style, can't hardly move
Yeah.
around or use the
Come on,
bathroom
man.
properly.
Oh
No,
my god!
don't
Nothing.
sound like a good time to me.
Mm-mm.
No,
Oh my
I seen doggone them doggone nuke people in the Navy, them submariners that go down. All them motherfuckers are crazy. Ain't damn one of them motherfuckers is sane in the head. And they get $100,000 bonuses to go down there. And I look at every last one of them, they look cracked out.
I know they be down there on drugs and they cut off from like the actual world and society. I can't even imagine like living that life. How long was the excursion supposed to last? Like,
I don't know,
Couple
but I'm
is
not
it
days.
a
getting
day
on
trip?
no. I'm not signing up for no vacation. Ain't no women involved.
Oh yeah,
Like there's
ain't
got to
no
be
that.
women at the destination, on the trip, on
Oh
the
man.
cruise. There's got to be women somewhere. I'm not getting on no vessel with a bunch of dudes, man. This
Oh man.
goes wrong. I'm with a bunch of dudes
You just crashed out on a doggone meat tank.
This
on a
is
meat
Greek,
tank.
these are Greek billionaires, Greek Roman billionaires. They don't want no women. That's the best way
But
I can put it. They don't want no women.
I think the saddest shit was the son. The son didn't even want to be nowhere near that meat party. He was like, "Hey, bro, like he signed off. He like, I don't want to be a part of it." And he only reason he went because it was Father's Day. On Father's Day,
Mm.
Man, my dad
So the
kissed my
son
ass,
did
boy.
not go.
yeah, I was like, "Hey, Pop, I'm sorry, dog. You go down there with you and the
No, he
meat
said his
boys go
son
down
did
by
go.
yourself."
So are you
Yep.
saying the son did go or he did not go?
No, he went. He died.
Damn, a father and a son. I know you did not drag me all the way down here just to die. I'd have beat his ass on that little ass submarine. It's a
People
little
be
gnat
pl-
just flying
people be
around.
playing with God, man. I don't know why people be playing with God, man.
It's because it's billionaires don't be thinking they can die. That's all. They be like, oh, I'm just gonna pay a little money and they're just gonna bring me back. Mhm.
They was controlling it with a PlayStation controller or something. This is a real poverty move for such rich people. Like you
It
could
should
have.
have
If I'm
been
a
a yacht
billionaire,
club.
I'll build a fucking fly ass submarine, and we're gonna go down on some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? There was Coast Guard and people in the submersible world. I seen somebody on this white guy on Twitter came out was like, yeah, we tried to warn those us from the submersible community. So it's a whole community. It ain't just these people jumping in these tuna cans. It's other people that do this shit.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, they,
whole genre of white people getting in small cans and going under the sea and playing with God.
oh yeah, they bought that life. They bought finding whatever the extreme way to kill myself. They bought that. They
Mhm.
also like that same company. They put out a hiring ad for a submersible for a submersible like driver around the same time. Well, right when they figured out that they couldn't save him, they put out a job ad for somebody to come in. don't know if y'all heard that news.
No, I didn't.
No,
Oh, yeah, they put out a help wanted ad. I don't know if it's on Craigslist or where it was on, but they were trying to
Supposedly, one
find.
of the guys had already been down to see the Titanic like 39 times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was somebody different.
yeah, that was the bait. That's what got them going on. What's the fascination about going down there though to see Titanic?
that's what I said. You see if fucking
To see the Titan, because that's what it was. And that boat was sunk on purpose for political reasons. And people still want to go down there and look at it like it's something like
I
y'all
see a blue jay.
Huh?
yeah. That's a big. That's she in
I
a
said I
conspiracy
see it.
bag. I like it. I
What's the
like it.
political reason?
Yeah, why you
There's
want
a
to go
lot of
down there?
insurance scam. There's a lot of things going on with that.
Mhm.
If you get on YouTube, you go down a rabbit hole. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. YouTube ain't what it used to be, but the first time I ran into
JP
the
Morgan.
Titanic, J.P. Morgan insurance scam. It's a big. It ain't even a conspiracy. It's like facts.
It is facts because
It's
it
facts
played a role in the wealth transfer that
for
Yeah.
happened.
sure.
Like the reason why everybody
Hmm.
became debtors instead of
There you
creditors
go.
and stuff.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I mean,
I see you, blue.
they play a whole.
Yeah,
I
Blue
mean,
woke as shit out here.
yeah,
Hey,
Oh,
knowledge
okay.
about 6'4".
Yeah, he
you know
Oh
got
yeah.
four
what
legs.
I'm saying? Got the knowledge of a 6'4" nigga. That's-
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you think he was a martyr?
of course, Marta was the case that they gave him.
Yeah,
Who's a martyr?
the submarine
No,
people.
he's an idiot. No
But if
martyr.
he did it consciously, knowing that he gonna kill himself for the financial transfer of his family to whatever.
Who you talking about? The Titanic, or you talking
Oh,
about these idiots on the sub? The sub ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. You mixing them. I think Trey mixing them both. Nah, the
I'm
dudes
a
that went on the
mixologist.
sub was not a part of the conspiracy we talking about with the Titanic. Them guys ain't have no wealth transfer going on down there. They was just dicking around. They already rich.
You know they was dicking around. They went down there to dick around.
Yeah, well, no, I told
whoa.
you
Like
what
they
wasn't on the boat.
got
Didn't
wild
dig
bikini
him.
bottom sex. That's it. They ain't take no bad bitches. You know they wanted to be with each other.
That's what I said, and that's why it's suspect to me. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to them brothers, but y'all was up to shenanigans and going down there without no britches. You gotta take women on the trip, man. Because the women would have been like, you know what, this shit seems stupid.
Oh yeah,
Hmm. Oh
I
yeah, we
get it.
Like,
talked
so
about it.
this uncomfortable. This
Yep.
stinking here. Let's go back up. Like, something would have happened. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We done
They
talked
wouldn't
our
even
man
down there
out of
long enough for shit. Did they even have time to have that kind of conversation?
shit.
Before
I
we
don't
knew
know
it,
how far we
it was
got.
going down, and next thing you knew, it was like we can't find it, just like that.
See, my billionaire man would have been pissed off. Like, you never let me go anywhere. You never let me do anything. Then he'd have found out that all their asses died, and I'd have been like, mm-hmm.
Oh, your billionaire man been like, yeah, I'm trying to get away from them motherfucking blue. Take my ass down.
No, nobody
Y'all
wants
got
to
room
get
for
away.
one more?
Blue does
Nobody.
not get rejected, Mister.
First of
Oh my
all,
bad. Yeah,
no,
yeah,
nobody wants to escape blue. Okay, they always want to be where Blue Jay is.
That's what the old boy girl thought.
They went to the blue,
They
all right.
they wanna see me dancing.
What the type? What kind of Black Little Mermaid shit we got going on?
Find out for
I'm just
Showtime at
saying.
the Apollo.
Yeah.
I'm just letting y'all know they want to be where I'm at.
mm,
Don't nobody want to leave me.
talk that talk. Talk that talk.
I hear that.
Make his ass
What else we
babysit
got?
tonight. He keep talking
Oh
that
yeah.
shit. Tell him, Blue Jay.
Oh yeah.
I ain't never even been dumped. I ain't never even been left.
I'm
Oh, no, no, black men don't dump people. So
it's
it
Yeah.
just
ain't no
baby shit.
award. We got to take on this show that black men, we try to curve our way out of it, but straight up breakups, I don't know a black man that ever dumped somebody like that, man.
I know some. I know some.
You know some?
They
Mhm.
kicked your ass to the curb, didn't it?
No, they had to leave. They had to leave the woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
They left with something. It ain't just a smooth breakup. They left with something, or was just
What you mean?
I'm
What's
I'm
something?
going to find myself, or they got a new chick.
Oh, yeah,
Did they go find himself, or was he transitioned with some new bonds?
you
What
gotta have a
was it?
smooth transition.
That
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure they ain't tell me the whole
It's
truth.
called
I
transition
know
of
they
power.
want
You ain't
some
gonna never
bitches,
know the truth.
but I don't know the whole truth. Shit, they
Hmm.
probably left her because she put their ass out the house for all I know.
Do you break up without a backup plan?
Oh no, she
No,
got to break up.
no. First of all,
Mm,
She ain't new to this.
mm.
She true to this.
no, I mentally break up with them first.
Nice.
Do
So
you communicate that?
Mm-mm. No, she don't.
you said, do I
Right.
communicate?
Mm-mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you
Yeah.
communicate the fact that
That
the
you're
breakups
mentally
happening?
gone. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Time pass. I'm leaving. Time pass. I'm leaving out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that. We be trying to talk to y'all because we
I
know that
don't know
once
what
we
you're saying.
gone, we ain't
Yeah.
coming back.
What is that? You leaving for work? You leaving for
I'm saying the energy is, bitch, I'm about to leave your ass.
No, you
I'm
don't
about
have
to
to
leave
say
yeah,
it.
you.
you ain't
You're
communicating.
losing me. You're losing me. I'm getting further away from you. Oh, I'm over here now. I'm over here. Like you're gonna keep letting me tiptoe my way to the edge till I'm gone, you know? So that's how
Don't
it
So it's
works.
all
say
about
it.
communicating that though.
Thank
You
you.
just get
Yeah, but I think that the reason why the breakup is so slow is because it's being communicated. Like if a
Hmm?
person want to leave you, then they'll just leave you, you know? So I think sometimes when we breaking up so slow, it's because we're kind of like hanging on to some hope that something's gonna change.
a
And
soft landing spot is what
with
most people
me,
are
there
looking for.
definitely
Oh,
is.
yeah, they waiting to it's secured over here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna give you a
soft
little.
landing
I'm gonna give you a
spot.
little crumb.
Yeah, yeah.
Then he can tell you, "Oh, we good."
Talk that shit, Trey.
Bam. All right, nigga, I'm out.
We always know it's gonna hurt y'all more than it's
Exactly
gonna
how I
That's
do
hurt
it.
us.
exactly
That's
how I go,
exactly how
Trey.
y'all do
That's
it.
exactly how I go,
Hey,
Trey.
how Trey explained it is exactly how it's done.
That's not exact to the science. That's why we're
Well,
here.
we know
Trust
it's
the
gonna hurt
science,
y'all.
baby.
Shout out to the crumbs.
Yeah, we know how it go, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're
Exactly.
aware, like
Damn crumbs.
if you're aware, then you're aware, bro. So you can count on people and you can just play the game. You know what
By
I'm
darn.
saying?
Hansel
Or
and
you can
Gretel in that
communicate.
ass.
So what you're
What
saying is
happened?
y'all be wanting us to leave you.
No, we're not saying that.
When did we
Nah,
say
nah.
that?
I be wanting like people to be everybody to be adults, man, and
And
just
communicate.
communicate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. I don't even
that's it.
care. Like if you feel because people are entitled to change how they feel. People change. People evolve. People grow.
Mhm.
But you know what I'm saying. I'm a person, or we all should be mature enough to be able to have conversations about, hey, man, it ain't working out. You know, let's see other people, or you go your way, I go my way. But I think the that the wild shit like we were just talking about is because you can feel that shit like the separation. You can feel the
Yeah.
distance in the relationship, right? You know
Yeah.
there's a gap there,
Hmm.
and then you get that those thoughts in your head like, well, this shit ain't going smooth, and 9 times out of 10, people want a soft landing spot, like Trey was
Hmm.
just saying.
Hmm.
So naturally, you start saying, who is that other? Who are they talking to, or who are they trying to find? Are they dating somebody? Are they talking to somebody? And then I don't think it's one side. If it's two sided, now you got a lot of emotions and non-communicative, toxic shit going
Mm-hmm.
on in a relationship in the house, and that shit starts spewing out in other areas, and
Yep.
it snowballs into bullshit. When
Hmm.
two
Yeah.
people could just have a conversation before the games and shit start getting played, cause that's all it is games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying. You ain't gotta do all the crumb shit for me. Just let me know out the gate. Hey, this is where I'm at. I'm like, all
Okay.
right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all really acting like y'all a man that can handle that. It is not that easy for a woman
Why
to
can't
just
we?
sit a man down and be
What
like,
I would
"Since
rather
you
have that conversation
let
than
me go."
I think it's worse though when you do the crumb
You
shit.
A
assume a
slow
position
fade
for
out.
me.
It's called a
Yeah.
slow fade out.
No,
That's
that's
worse.
called being unaccountable.
Hell no.
Ooh.
That's
Mm-mm.
right. It's been done
Even
to
your
me a few times.
Capricorn had
So
to agree.
I know that cycle, Trey. I know that cycle. You hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I would not even do that without communicating. If you're not receiving what I'm saying and it's not registering to you, then eventually I'm just going to let the situation go. That's just what
I'm
it is. But I'm gonna do it slow because I'm hoping like maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I mean,
No,
most of the
I
time I
think
don't want to leave, but I just have to because it makes sense to just get out of the situation.
ain't nothing more like to me. This is just me, bro. I find so much freedom in just being just bluntly
Up front,
honest.
yeah.
Just super transparent. So if it ain't gonna get to the point where I'm just gonna wake up one day and be like, yo, I ain't feeling you. It ain't gonna get to that point because I'm gonna be too honest when the moment it start going a little left. I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, we need to tighten up. We need to work on this. We need to move like this,
Hmm.
or we need to spend some time, or we need to do whatever. I'm gonna be communicating before it get way to that point. But if it keeps dragging on and we're to that point after I communicate, then I'm just gonna be just straight up like, hey, yo, this shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I mean, but you gotta get
what say
to that
you?
point.
And then we can have
You
a
have to get
conversation.
there. Like you said, you won't just wake up and be there. You have to get there. There has to be a series of events, or there has to be situations that you feel like unresolved issues that are not getting answered, communication that's not being received. I mean, it's a process, unless you do just wake up cold turkey and decide to leave. It's not that easy to just leave someone, especially someone that you try to be with. Like, you have this hope. So that's what makes it a longer process to break up sometimes. Sometimes you don't know if they just need a little time, a little
No,
No, I
understanding.
think when it
it'd be
comes down to the
it'd be weird
breadcrumb
when
shit,
like go ahead, Trey.
no, I was gonna say I think when it comes down to the breadcrumb shit, the reason why the breadcrumb, you already checked out. You already know, like in your mind, you gonna leave this guy. That's why you dropping breadcrumbs. You already know. You
That's
already
right.
I didn't know like, oh, I'm giving him like there still might be something. No, you want to make sure that this is secure, and you want to give him like a smooth transition.
That'd be the shit, man.
I,
That'd be the
I ain't never
shit.
had it secure first. I always had to figure it
That's
out.
why it'd be
I
hard
just
to
had to
leave.
be sure about the choice I want to make, regardless of what the new beginning or the terrible ending was going to bring.
Right.
So it's not like I ain't never left a man because I had another man lined up. I've never left a man for a man. Never done that before. I
Me neither.
always have to take a detox break from dating after I leave my person, because then I
That's
have to
healthy.
grieve the relationship.
Oh, okay. Well, the scenario we were talking about.
Absolutely.
uh,
Yeah.
That's healthy.
The bread we've been eating the breadcrumbs. Put it like that.
I know I have, because I feel like sometimes you want me to leave, you motherfucker. You're not even trying. Like,
I'm too
you
aware for
forcing my
breadcrumbs.
hand. That's why I
uh,
said like y'all want us to leave
I see
y'all.
the breadcrumbs come a mile away. Like, no, I don't even like
No,
bread.
no.
I'm gluten,
Some of
I'm
the men from
gluten
my
free.
yeah, I'm a
platform
gluten-free
told
house.
me,
But
some of the men on my platform said that since they have a hard time leaving women, they sabotage the relationship and manipulate the woman into leaving them first. And I feel like
You
I,
got
I feel like
to.
maybe
You
that
got
didn't
to.
happen.
I don't like. I'm gonna tell you what they be doing. Right. Uh, it's hard to hold y'all accountable sometimes. You know, and I think setting it up, being manipulative as a dude, being the fall of it. Like sometimes dude, you be like, man, he was stupid. He cheated and got caught like that. Nah, he just trying to find a way out of that motherfucker, and he just rather be burn it down that way instead of
Mhm,
having a real ass conversation about his feelings, how
mhm.
he don't feel appreciated, and all that type of shit. That's a tougher conversation than just getting a new one. I just get me a new one, get out of this relationship, fuck this one up, get a new one, because having a real conversation about accountability and how we treat each other is just damn near impossible.
Well, I feel like that's happened to me before, because nothing else made sense.
That shit weak though.
Thing.
yeah, that is weak.
That shit weak.
Yeah, you just want me to leave
You,
you.
you
I
definitely
don't.
deserve you definitely deserve a conversation, and like both parties sit it out and hash it out and like, all right, well, this ain't working for neither one of us, so let's go ahead.
Mhm.
That
No
way, like,
feelings and shit involved, man.
yeah,
Don't play with people. You know what I'm saying? Like the world's already fucked up enough, right? Like everybody's going through shit, man. Don't add to somebody else's, stress and drama and whatever else, man. Like if you could be a blessing to somebody's life, then cool. But if not, then get it out of their way as gracefully and respectfully as possible. Don't play games with people, man.
Amen.
I've never. Shell, have you ever been stolen from a man by another man?
stolen. That's,
You know how some men take men's girl.
some
You can't take
funny.
nothing that never
Have
that
a
you
man
took it, it
ever
wasn't
been able to
mine.
finesse you from the
TYB,
guy
baby.
that you was with?
TYB.
So yes, but
Oh, you been stolen?
I was already 1 foot out the door.
Oh,
Like
you
I
dropping
was
the
I was
breadcrumbs.
emotionally done with that situation so much.
Yeah, you
I
found a
just didn't
safe
know how
landing
to.
spot.
Uh,
So I was emotionally done, and I was ready to just to
yeah, she
end
wasn't
it, but
stolen.
I
She was
couldn't.
borrowed. She was
So
No, she was.
commandeered.
yes, Yes.
So what was the what was it like? So
And then it turned around and happened to me. So,
Oh
mm,
man, that's crazy.
and then this,
won't he,
but then
won't he
the
do it?
thing is, I
You
willingly
gotta do
wanted
it.
was ready for that new beginning. But this
Yeah.
person came back a year later and was like, "I thought you were going to leave me, so I had to try. I sabotaged the relationship
That see, oh my God, time for that.
He
after
told
eight
you he
years."
sabotaged the relationship.
After
Time
8 years.
That is
So just trying to
crazy.
make it look like and Lord knows I never would have left. Lord knows I never would have left. But
Yeah.
when you dealing with people that are still trying to figure their own self out and they're trying to live, right wrongs that weren't even theirs, and they're looking in the rearview mirror trying and don't have the confidence to deal with the fact that the stuff that happened in their life in their past had nothing to do with them, but they're trying to
Mhm.
fix that what their
Yeah.
parents did or trauma or anything like that. They can't focus on the good in their life. They
Right.
can't focus on what's going well in their life and the blessing that I was to their life. Instead, they're continuously sabotaging themselves to the point to where they have just created this false narrative that
Mm.
you're not good for them. And so just stuff like that. So hurt people do hurt people. It's
Yeah.
not it doesn't have to be a horrible thing that person intentionally is a bad person, but if they
Right.
don't deal with their shit and they're not willing to deal with their bag, then that's going to tear you guys apart. No matter how
Mhm.
hard you love, they still
Yeah.
got to deal with that internal struggle that they've been dealing with.
That's
Yeah.
And
facts.
so then
What do you,
then I was it was in the receiving end of a broken heart at that point.
Yeah.
so what's it like? Okay, so you're this is good dialogue. I appreciate this conversation, man. We podcasting our ass off 2 weeks in a row, man. We just in our bag right now. It's good conversations. Anywho, Shell, what's your mindset like? So you're checked out, right? So why not just be out? What like why like I'm just trying to like from like just like figure out like the thought process like when we're in that space, you're checked out. Why is it difficult to have that conversation of like, hey yo, I'm not emotionally checked into this relationship?
But at that point, in my situation, you're in a marriage, you're young, you've been married for quite a while, and it's not been easy. It's been fun, but at the same time, it's been bumpy. So you're in a marriage, you have children involved now, you have families and two sets of families and friends and houses and all these things that you're
Invested
your
in.
entanglement. Yeah, this is your
Mhm.
life now. And so you're thinking twice. You're not thinking about just how you feel, but you're thinking about all the people that are going to be heartbroken by the breakup. So you
Yeah.
want to proceed with caution. In my case, it's like we're not even living together anymore. We're separated, but for work purposes, we're separated. But at the same time, the reason why you even took the job in a whole nother state is because it was easier for you to take it because we weren't doing good. We weren't strong. We were going through some things, so it was easy for you to be like, you know what, hey, I'll go and take this job over here, and then that
Mhm.
and that was just the beginning of the end. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of times we kind of hold on for other reasons besides the way we really feel our own emotions. It's other people.
It's
Yeah.
dangerous grounds though. Like
That's true as hell.
it's also dangerous though. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
dangerous.
Like
I mean,
dangerous grounds.
it's not like you're not having that conversation with the person and saying, hey, I don't know where we can go from here. You're having those conversations, but you guys are both still kind of living those separate lives. And one person is like I said, I was thinking more about the family and the unit and all the people and the kid. And then this person was really focused on the extracurricular new person that they had just brought into their life, and so they could have a safe landing from what they knew from the inevitable. So that's
Mhm.
exactly what happened.
Mm.
Yeah. I think I have a fantasy of being stolen from my man. I'm like, is there really a guy
What the
that
hell?
damn old that can
Man,
really
you
just
trying
come
you
take me
I
from
knew
me?
you was on some freak type shit. I
I
knew.
mean, you know what? It's just look, I remember reading a thread about men not really marrying the women that they actually wanted to be with. It was this whole thread, and like 90% of the men married the woman that was convenient, and they did not get to marry the woman that they actually loved.
Say it again.
Yeah, it's a crazy thread, and so
I read some of that.
yeah,
It's
but
definitely interesting.
that's
But I think
crazy,
it's a two-way
right?
street.
But a
Oh, yeah.
couple of men who was happily married took their wives from men that they were already gonna marry, type shit. Like a lot of they were like they met under weird circumstances. I might be getting two different posts mixed up, but they met under weird circumstances. But there was
Oh,
these
sweet,
love
you threw
stories.
it.
There was these love stories, and a lot of them had to do with the man taking the woman from the other man, and they ended up having like long marriages. They're like, we've been married 15 years and happy. We've been married 20 years because they fucking went and snatched the bride off the altar. So
Well, if it was that easy for you to snatch them, then they weren't yours to begin with. They didn't want to be yours. So
I'm
not saying that, I'm not saying it was right. I hate that it happened to that person, especially if they were deeply in love and they had they thought that it was one thing and that person didn't truly love them, right? That I hate that for that person. But the thing is, if it was that easy for somebody to snatch you up from that dude or whatever, you wasn't for his anyway. You was for the street. So for anybody that could have grabbed you up, you was waiting for that.
I'll tell you what, motherfucker. If one of these motherfuckers if I'm on the altar and somebody just walk up and come out doing a whole little, oh baby, I love you, man. Send the gang out. Beat his ass real quick.
It could be a different world.
Beat his ass out. Y'all ain't my friend, man. Beat his ass real quick.
It might be the friend. You seen the best man. It might be the friend standing right there that's gonna say, "Let me interject right quick, bro."
Yeah, and my brother better beat his ass, and he better have a whole my daddy, everybody, cousins, everybody else better.
Yeah, we're gonna tear the church up because we don't spend too much money for you to be fucking up a whole wedding shindig. So
we're gonna tear this church up.
That's why people need to be. That's why people need to spend more time planning marriage instead of planning the damn wedding. You need to talk to each other and making sure that your values is aligned and that you guys are thinking past the freaking wedding. People do not freaking talk.
No, man. You talking that shit, Shell.
They don't.
My ex-husband is on his fourth wife. He ain't even told me yet that he just got married. He ain't even told me yet that he just got married to his fourth wife. He ain't even told me that he married to the
don't shame that brother for being a hopeless romantic.
Don't blame that brother. Get his ring.
Brother just looking for love, man. He on his fourth one. He just looking for love.
He looking for a damn thing. He ain't looking. He running.
No, he looking for love. The family union is important.
He'll be the first to tell you he cannot be alone. But yeah, it's very much mind-boggling to me, and that's all I'm gonna say.
No, that's the truth. That is the truth. What you were saying. I had a friend who would always talk to me about her relationship. I mean, we would talk all the time, and then one time, she was telling me this, that, the other. She's expressing everything. The partner called, and they sat on the phone. It was so silent. I was so shocked. I'm like, you ain't do they know? Do they know how you feel? Mm-mm. What the fuck? How can you talk to me so freely and tell me everything? But the second that the opportunity comes to tell them, y'all sitting on the phone, like, do y'all just hear each other breathe? Like you ain't gonna say nothing? Nope. Like you are literally in a relationship with someone who have zero idea what the fuck you feel. It just took me. I didn't know that people were like that in relationships. I feel like I over express and over communicate, and I can overwhelm my partner sometimes. But just to like be silent and they never have a clue of how you really feel, and y'all like sleep together, live together, and are in a relationship. That shit is unreal, but it's real.
No, it's very real. That's real shit.
Like, it's unrealistic. Like,
but I'm too old for that, so that's why I just don't engage in those types of. Once it gets to that point with somebody, even on a dating level, I'm just like, you know what? If this at this big age, we gonna communicate. Whether it's screaming, whether it's whatever, whether it's 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, we have to communicate, or else I'm out of here. Yeah, we have to get somewhere. Because I'm not going to be guessing and trying to figure out, at this age, where we're at, where we stand.
Come on,
I need you to communicate. And I'm not the best communicator, but at least I know if somebody is willing to talk it out with me or give me some type of emotion and discussion and dialogue about what it is that whatever that we're facing. If they not talking to me, if they are freaking mute and nonchalant about everything, that's not the person for me, because we're never going to get anywhere. And I'm not here for the guessing games.
Hell no, that should have you so confused. And then, especially as women, with how we think, like we tend to analyze deeply. So if you're not filling in the blanks, you gotta fill in the damn blanks. And then no telling how far our imagination to go. It's just best if you tell us what's up, so we ain't got to start creating scenarios, because I can't stand it. I feel trapped when I'm not getting through to my partner, or when my partner is not communicating with me, and when their behavior is a certain way, but I don't know what's going on underneath the behavior. I don't know what the underlying issue is. I'm always trying to get down like to the bottom of the emotions, the emotional expression. Like, I see you're frustrated. What is it? I don't want to talk about it. Well, why not? Well, I can't help. You wouldn't understand. Well, you're not giving me a chance to understand. Like, I can't stand situations.
Oh, the worst motherfuckers.
Well, man, what changed? What changed? You used to be able to come and talk to me, you know, even if after taking a breather, you used to be able to come and talk to me about this. We used to be able to break this down together. Now, who are you talking to? Why is it that you cannot express to me anymore about these types of things?
Right. You're talking to somebody, you get on the phone with your homeboys, and all of a sudden you just the gossip king. So why the hell can't I know how you really feel?
One guy, I found a printout of him. A female sent him a printout of saying that
printout.
You're in an abusive relationship, or in some type, or dealing with a narcissist or something, and she highlighted. And so the problem with that is when a person is coming to you, and a man is like when a man is cheating with you, even if he's just talking to you, but he having an emotional affair on somebody, on you, on a woman, and he's going to somebody else, he's giving them a portion of what he wants that woman to hear, right? And then this woman gonna turn around and print out some shit and highlight it so she can get him and give it to him and be like, oh, this is what you. Also, this bitch is your psychiatrist now. He gonna shrink now. Because you able, after whatever amount of little time, to sum up our whole relationship, to she thinks she can print some shit out and highlight it, and she know me. This bitch know me.
I'm telling you that everybody else will know everything except you. Like, all you got to do is tell me, like, get me something. Like, the way that I am, I will figure it out.
But you focus on the breadcrumbs.
Now, the breadcrumbs that he was throwing, that Hansel was throwing out.
Yeah, that he was the one giving the breadcrumbs. Shit, give me the loaf. Give me the whole loaf. I don't need no bread.
And here I was bringing home the bread and the bacon, so you had no reason to be trying to sit up there and take the bread that I freaking bought and tearing it off for me. What you thought?
You getting the Jody on?
Hey, this bread for all of us.
I mean, Jesus turned bread into wine or something like that.
Didn't he?
I don't think Jesus
Baby,
did that.
Don't play with me like that. I'm bringing the table to the table. Okay, so
Jesus turned bread into wine, boy. That's a different book than I read.
You know, something like that. But I feel you.
You know what she meant.
You know exactly what I mean.
You knew what you meant. Yeah. So anyway, that transparency piece and stuff like that that's why I don't rush into relationships with people. I rather just let's just take it slow, and we are adults, so whatever happens. But honestly, it takes time to get to know a person that has all these experiences, and they come into the table and they damn near 40 years old. You damn near 40 years old, and y'all trying to come together. It's going to take some time to see, to really learn that person and how they act in certain different circumstances and different situations and scenarios. So, and if you if it's red flags in y'all communication and they can't talk to you about the simple stuff or answer the simple questions, then you need to ask yourself, you're setting yourself up for the future pain.
Lying to yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah. You gotta be a realist
with yourself. You can't expect nobody else to be honest with you when you're lying to yourself, man. So
absolutely,
gotta be self-aware.
Yeah, and it's not fair to leave somebody in a damn dizzy as fucking relationship, alone. Like, that shit made me feel real dizzy. Like, I'm really having to probe. Man, that shit is the
You
worst.
want to get probed.
I have let some really great guys go just based off of the fact that I know that I will end up hurting them. Some
Yeah.
really great, great people that somebody is going to get with them and they're going to be a happy woman. They're going to get married pretty quick. They're going to have a good life. But for me, it's not worth it to just lead someone on just because they're a great catch. If I'm not feeling them, if I know that's not my person, if spiritually and mentally and I'm not connected to them in that way, I just let them go.
So what draw the line? Like if he check all the boxes, what box you like? All right, well this is the one box that ain't gonna do it for me. So bye.
If the physical, I mean, if all the boxes are checked, but physically I can't connect to this man, yeah, you can lay down and let them. You can lay down and have sex with a person, but what's that connection after? Where those soul ties at? Where is that I'm missing you as soon as you leave me and you drop me off at home, or we're apart from each other? Then I'm craving you. I'm craving your intellect. I'm craving you physically. I'm craving you in all those ways that count. If I don't have that with a person, then it's not
That
gonna
gangster
work.
shit.
That's a Capricorn, though. We know that nothing else really fucking matters. Like we at the bottom line, we want the
I know
bond.
Capricorn,
That
but I
nigga
liked
bank
all that shit
account.
she
No,
was
I'm
saying.
just saying for that. I mean, I'm just, you know what? Because she sound like me. Like we want the bond. Like I don't care about nothing else. I need
Me
the
too.
bond. Everything
I'm a
else
cancer.
we can
It's
work
just I
on.
think some
Everything
of this
else
shit is
can
human
be.
shit.
Yeah, well, it's some human shit, but I can definitely relate
Yeah,
to Shell 150% on that. Like I need the bond. I
for
need to
sure.
feel so close to you that baby we could survive under a bridge if we needed to. Like I need you. I need to know that if the zombie apocalypse happened, you and me, we go like you gonna be my end of the world partner. Like that's how
Yeah,
strong and
I'm
that's
sure
how
Flavor
the
Flav
bond
has some Capricorns.
is. Flame.
Yeah, I'm sure Flavor Flav has some Capricorns. And
Hey
they
man,
with
Flavor
no
Flav was a real
spiritual.
nigga. Don't sleep on Flavor Flav.
See what I'm saying?
He took care of his people, man.
No, we was just talking about the physical attraction, and
You
I
know
mean,
what? The physical ain't everything. It matter. It counts. It plays its role. But I mean, look, some people can really bypass the physical. They can bypass that. Like some people have that much
yeah, that bank account,
charisma.
right?
What bank accounts, charisma, integrity, like self
Most of
awareness.
the bank account.
Some ways that you can get around not being the finest guy in the room.
facts.
Black and ugly as ever, but
However, I
Stay
say
cookie
however,
down to the spot.
that's right.
You know what I'm
Um,
saying?
but at the same time, in the same token, if you vibe with a person just physically, and you guys are both adults, and you can come to that conclusion that you're gonna keep the emotion out of it, then then maybe that's what it is. That maybe that's what y'all doing, just on some physical stuff. But even that can fade, you know. But again, clear communication. This is what we're doing. That's
Yeah.
it. Don't we're not crossing. We're not crossing into. I mean, and who? It's your own rules. There are people that probably started off in that way and then they fell for each other. There's
Yeah.
somebody that was in my life that I had to let go of because he put me in that trick bag in the beginning. He didn't want anything else but a sexual situation. And then when he wanted it to be more, I wasn't interested at all. At
Mhm.
all, not even a shred, because he put me in that trick bag. He put me in that bag of it's just on the physical for us. I don't want nothing else with anyone. That's not my thing. So
Hmm.
when he decided that he was ready to settle down and talk to me on another level and have something with me, I told him no, and I'm still telling them no.
I think they underestimate our abilities to put them in a certain place too. Like,
Oh, it took growth. It took some time. It took some growth on that because at first, when you talk about that rejection piece, when at
mhm,
the time I purposely didn't try to get with him because he was a rebound. And I was like,
mhm,
oh, I'm kind of feeling him, but I don't want to just start. I don't want to do this when I know that he's a rebound. So
mhm,
I said, you know what? Let's just be cool and let's take it day by day. And
mhm.
as I started feeling him more and liking him, and as soon as I expressed that, that's when he put me in that bag. He pushed me all the way
Okay.
back. Like I felt it. I felt that it. the shift. And I said, damn, but when I let him know that I started having feelings for him more than just on a physical level, that's when he really pushed the rejection. Like, it was hurtful. And then, but it taught
Why is it
me,
hurtful
then.
He could have lied
Because
to you.
like I said, I didn't go into it. I went into it being safe, and then I caught feelings. And as soon as I let him know that I was catching feelings, that's when he flipped the script on me, and he made me start feeling like all I was a piece of meat. Like, all that he had for me was sex. That was it. And he would do it. He did that without saying it. I felt it. I
So
felt the
both
shift.
of y'all
It
went
wasn't. It didn't
into
feel special.
both of y'all went into the experience as we're trying to build a relationship, and then he switched it, or like
No,
what?
we didn't go into it like that. We went into it as, I don't want to be in a relationship. I want to get to know you,
Okay, so
and
y'all
let's
both
just be
went.
cool. Let's just be cool, because I had just got out of a relationship.
Yeah,
So
she said he
I
was
didn't
more
want
like a rebound.
I didn't want him to be a rebound.
That's
Right.
what I think. I'm trying to on the same notice. And if y'all both went into it with that mindset of, "Hey, we just fucking,"
He didn't know.
that's
He
kind
didn't
of
know that
complicated.
we decided to do the physical thing when he found out that he was a rebound. I let him know, like, hey, the reason why I don't want to have anything serious with you is because I don't want it to be based off the fact that I just got out of a relationship.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, cool. And then, so I was like, let's just pump the brakes and let's just take it day by day. Don't put, let's take it day by day
You trying to call all the shots.
and
You
and
trying
see
to
where
call
it
the
goes or
pace.
whatever.
She
Yeah,
can't call the face. She wear the
I wasn't
vagina.
trying to call the
That's
pace.
what she thought.
I was being
Gotta call all the
honest.
shots.
I was being
Took him
honest
out.
because,
Took him out for
listen,
Taco Tuesday
it was
today.
dates. It was dates. Listen, it
You
was
see what I'm saying?
dates. It was
You know
calling
what I'm saying?
every day, several times a day. It was,
You need
hey,
to do
come
that
see
thing on
me.
you.
Let's do lunch. He really wanted all of that. But I felt like, hey, this is a lot on me. I still
Yeah,
got feelings
exactly.
for my dude.
Literally.
You know what I'm saying? You met me and you asked for my number. I didn't tell you I was single. You just tried to get at me. And I finally gave him my number. I ran into him. I finally gave him my number
Well, you wanted
some
it.
weeks after. Huh?
Nothing.
So what I'm saying is, initially, he was looking at relationship like, hey, I'm trying to talk to you. I was cool with it, but then, like I said, I knew it would be a rebound situation, and so I had to come clean about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you get me into the from a man's perspective, so you put me in the hey, we just kind of like, I ain't gonna call it fuck friends, nothing like that, but we're not serious here. We kicking it, but it's not serious. And that's how, I mean, it could go any type of way, right? But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, if it goes into that space, he's having his cake and eating it too. Like, it's not no accountability. I could go where I want to go, move how I want to move, and I can still be able to vibe with her and kick it. And then it's hard to switch that shit off because I'm comfortable already. We already set the dynamics of this, and then if you want to change it, then it's like, okay, you dictated it from go. Now when you want to get serious, you're trying to dictate it again. Mm,
Well,
Yeah,
first of all, he came back at me like some time later. He came back at me like, hey, I do want to do this thing with you. I want to be in a relationship with you. I love you. I'm in love with you. And I'm thinking to myself,
went
I
toe to toe
understand
down,
how he
huh?
could say he fell in love with me, but he ain't doing shit that's making me fall in love with him.
Yeah, you went toe
So
to
for
toe on
me,
that
at
boy.
that point, I'm just
No
like,
He was
breadcrumbs.
going
no,
through withdrawal.
we're again not on the same page. Because how you fall in love with me off
Yeah,
some? How you fall in love with me, and you expect me to fall in love
you
with
know
you
what
off some
you're doing, Shell.
breadcrumbs?
It's a setup. He was going through a little
Yeah.
withdrawal.
Yes.
No, I still was busting it wide open for him. That never stopped. That
Oh
was for me and
shit.
for him. I never stopped. I never stopped with the energy, physical energy with him. But
Yeah,
again,
put a condom on.
he put me. I realized early on. I was like, okay, boom. So I don't know. And like I said, it came with age and
Something had
experience
happened.
and time.
He
It
seen
came with
somebody
age and
elbow on the
experience and
gram.
time.
Mhm. You
Yeah.
weren't busting open the same type of. Something happened.
No, he seen another elbow on the Instagram store. Was like, man, I probably need to
Oh, that could have
probably
happened.
Oh, that's the
probably need
case
to lock this
now.
up.
Oh, that's why he big mad all the time now.
Oh well.
Because I'm not dealing with you like that. I'm not dealing with you like that. Like you can never be in a
Trying to get you
relationship
back,
with
and
me.
you keep putting these boys'
You
knuckles
would
on the
you would
ground.
never be in a relationship with me. Never have, never will. You put me in a trick bag, that's where the hell that I'm gonna stay in that bag with you.
I ain't never try to crawl out of the friend zone. If I
Most
dealt with
you
somebody
did.
and I
Shit,
knew
you wrong as
where I
fuck. You put
belong,
all these doggone knuckles and
and I never wanted nothing more with someone that I had
random
just
doggone Jesus sandals.
a physical relationship with. And like, I don't care how cool we got. If we came in and we were like, this is a physical thing, I don't care how strong we got, how close the bond got. I don't care if we moved in. I don't give a damn. Like, it's never going to be more than than the tone that we set
Yeah,
it at.
been there, done that for sure.
And
I
to
don't
be
met some
honest,
dope. I don't
Never.
met some dope chicks that was on some just like that type of shit, and they try to shift, and it's just like
Mm-mm.
they ain't a bad person or nothing like that. It's just I don't know. It's
Mm-mm. Ain't
different.
no shifting. Ain't no shifting. I literally am friends with everybody, every person that I've ever dealt with. I could still be cool with them. Everything. I ain't even got no bad blood.
Oh,
And
nice.
like I can go and hang. I can go and hang
Elite
out with
bread
someone.
crumber dropper.
I don't give a damn. Nobody that's ever dealt with me hate me. Like I, nobody. I can go and kick out, and I stay friends with people I've been dealing with.
What's your go-to line when you cut them off?
It
I,
ain't
I
choosing
told
me.
you I do the
it
slow
ain't nothing to
fade
cut
out.
up off.
I told you I do the slow fade out. I don't tell them nothing. It ain't no. I just do the slow fade out.
What
Like all
kind
of
of
a
you
sudden,
doing?
time will pass and they'll realize they hadn't heard from me. Yeah, yeah. That's what it is.
That shit don't work these days. I don't know when last time you cut a nigga off, but I
I
don't
mean, them
know.
boys got a nice roster if they, you can fade away like that. Yeah,
They ain't noticed the time and energy missing.
right.
They know this, but I mean, no, they know this. They always come back. They always circle back. It's
When they
like
become aware later, like what the
But
hell? Something
what
missing.
happened? What the fuck? Let me
What the
take you
fuck?
out. I need to come
man,
see you. We need to catch up.
it's
No,
Sunday.
no, I'm
I'm supposed to
good.
have that Blue Jay booty a couple of days.
No.
Gio, you ever had like you ever lose one like that, just being unaware, and then they fade away, and you just like, damn, I haven't spoke to her in a little bit. You hit up, and the vibes ain't the same no more.
Yeah. Misread the play. Yeah.
He misread.
Misread the play.
Man, he analyzed that so fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak from experience.
It happens to all of us, man.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah. Try to double back, and she's like,
But that just make
that
you go
text,
harder and pull something else in. That's all.
that text be like when she hit you with, "Who is this?" You're
Ooh.
like, all right, like don't act like you deleted my contact now.
No, the key is to never even save it in the first place.
Oh man.
See,
You one of
yeah,
them,
that's
huh?
Yeah,
some
what you
treacherous
listening
stuff
to,
right
Blue
there,
Jay?
boy.
Somebody hit me with that the other day.
What?
About 2 weeks ago. Talking about who is this? I'm like, you know who the hell this is.
Play,
And he
Who
was
is
like,
this?
oh,
Oh, wrong number. That's what I would say. Oh, sorry, wrong
he was like, oh, well, meet me for lunch. I'm like, okay.
number. He knew exactly who the fuck
You
it
knew,
was.
you knew that 601 area code. Don't do me.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
lunch today.
Another one I had to back up from because I just didn't want to break his heart.
Mm.
You don't want to get his feelings broke. That's my song. That's my fade
Oh
out
yeah,
song.
you trying out for American Idol. I see what this is.
No,
it's all,
I
little,
just
little
always
audition.
sing. No, anybody that know me knows. Like I'm a jukebox girl. I
Oh,
just,
You make
yeah.
music?
Huh?
You make music?
Yeah, I did. I did in my younger days. Yeah, I recorded.
no.
Yeah, I
You think
performed. I was
jukebox
in a
girl. I
girl
think
group. Yep. I told you I come from the creative background. Didn't
Why
I
you
tell you that?
stop?
Yeah. I matured out. I just matured out and became a mom and focused on that. I had to I didn't have the momentum to do both. And maybe I just wasn't that good to do the other one. I don't know.
I mean, you ain't gotta. Everything ain't gotta be this big grand prize of fame and fortune. You know what I'm saying? Some of it just feeds and fuel other creativity and just
Mhm.
brings joy. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you don't really age.
Obviously, you just been blue jaying and a little bird on the show. Singing every so often like it's a mermaid musical.
I
So
want to
you
be.
know,
But I do that. Like even with my friends, it's like I can't finish a sentence. If the phrase has ever been put in a song, I probably know it and I'm probably gonna sing it. Just is what it.
Mhm.
That's okay. Singing is natural self expression. You ain't gotta want to do it for any reason.
Yeah, I sing all damn day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't
Good,
sing for shit, but
I
I
good.
sing
sing
like a
my
motherfucker.
ass off for
People
sure.
who sing have joy in their heart.
Talk
Yeah,
about it.
that's what I
It's a
say.
joyful act.
Talk about it. Music brings joy into your heart, man.
It does.
Or it depends. It can bring some hatred too. It depends on what you're listening to.
Depends on what you're singing too.
Yep.
Carlisha Hood. Let's do this last topic. We gotta get up out of here.
Okay, yeah, I
Carlisha
gotta go.
Hood. Yeah, Chicago.
You say
They
you gotta
was at.
go?
Yeah.
All right, hold it down. You finna bounce now? Or you finna?
Look, look, come on. Let me. I'll hang in
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah.
I gotta
All
try
right,
and go.
Carlisha Hood. The woman that's in Chicago. This was all over social media. She was at a hot dog stand. Trey, you got the video visuals for this or no?
I ain't
No,
got
don't worry
no
about it. It's
visuals
going.
Everybody
of
done
the hot
seen it.
dog.
Everybody done
Yeah,
seen it.
everybody's seen the physical altercation that went down in the hot dog stand. Carlisha told her 14-year-old son to go get the car, you know, and do what she had to do. But the gentleman punched her in the face. I don't know what the argument was about, but altercation went down. Boy fired shots, protect his mom. Since then, they originally got arrested, but since then they've been released and charges
Yeah,
Mhm.
been
they were
dropped.
charged. They were charged with murder, first degree or second degree, I
It was
think.
dropped. Yeah.
Well,
Unfortunate circumstances, man.
I saw that fucking video and it broke my heart because you can hear the punches connect, and that shit messed me up. Like hearing him say, "Oh my grandma," like a goddamn gorilla throwing his arms up like a maniac, and then expecting that to be the sign of her to yield or back down. Like first of all, I don't have to shut the fuck up because you want to call on your grandma. Like whatever the situation is, you can't
Well,
pacify
you
me
with
or
grandma
mute me.
now?
I know. You can't
Hey,
pacify me and you can't mute me and you can't make me shut the fuck up. Like, I'm one of those type of women. Unfortunately, I know I'm one of those type of women who I won't back down, and I should maybe, but I won't. And it wasn't his place to try to correct her by putting
You
his.
eat hot dogs, Blue Jay?
Hmm?
You eat hot dogs?
Do I eat hot dogs? I mean, not really. I like a turkey dog here and there, but I don't really
I'm just
like
trying
meat
to see
like
where
that.
we at. Okay.
Oh, but it was at a hot dog stand, and I know they wasn't selling no turkey dogs, so no.
hey, somebody said in the internet world he came in for a hamburger and left with wings.
Yeah, they did.
That's crazy.
They did, but that's just fucked up. Like people, I made comments under the initial video that I had seen, and people was trying to go in on me. I said, "This is the type of person whose behavior is like this all the time on a daily basis. This is not his first encounter. This is his attitude. He probably have terrorized multiple women and kids and shit throughout his time here. Like his behavior says that this is a pattern, and it's who the fuck he is." And people's
Yeah.
like, well, she should have just be quiet. Everybody's like, she should have just be quiet. I don't agree with that. I don't agree
No,
with
he
that.
needs to work on. He needs to work on the way he behave in public. It ain't just that's just how Earl act. Nah, that's what I
Yeah.
was saying last show. It's different consequences to a dude that don't know how to fucking act right, bro.
Mhm.
It's different consequences to a man. You better know how to act. I just think like no dude should be yelling back and forth with. I'm not if yelling back and forth with a woman that ain't mine. Like I don't see what you could gain from that. I was
Yeah.
told that at a very young age, do not be going back and forth with a woman that ain't even yours. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
And
Yeah,
why
I
she shut up?
also think like before it even escalated to the point where he got shot, somebody in that line should have intervened and be like, "Hey, look."
hell no, I ain't
Yeah, the
even. No, it's
men
Chicago.
stood back.
I would have stood back. You are in
He could have got to
Chicago,
the
bro.
point. Yeah, I personally think it could have got to a point where like somebody was like, "Hey, look, look, all parties chill out. It's fucking hot
Okay,
dog."
say you're in the middle of that, you having that conversation, and a 14-year-old boy come in bussing, and then you
No,
just hit.
before that's what I'm saying. Before it got to the point where the 14-year-old boy come in busting after he putting hands on his mom,
Hell
right?
yeah. That's
Before it
just
even
exactly
escalated
what
to
my
the
If you're
boy
point.
standing in
got.
the middle and this maniac still decide to throw a punch while you're standing in the middle and then the boy shoot. I'm just saying, like intervening, and I don't blame nobody in that restaurant for not intervening. You talking about a very violent culture in Chicago where they see people get murdered just for being at the wrong spot all
No,
the
but
time.
also like you also got to think in the mindset of what if that 14-year-old boy didn't have a gun and this man is just beating on his woman. And I also seen it
I'm
where
gonna call
men
the
just
police,
allowed.
but
I
I ain't
also seen it where
intervening.
men allow that shit to happen and just turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah.
So
I
like
would
there
call the
got to be some
police,
type
but
of
I would
balance.
not. I mean, if you want to intervene, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call the police and let the police intervene. But getting into those type of situations,
That's not the culture of
people get
Chicago.
killed. I'm not
That's
talking
fucked
about
up.
Coach Chicago. I'm talking about me in an altercation like that. Like you're talking about a physical altercation between anybody, not just a man and woman. Absolutely anybody. I'm just not jumping into that situation if I don't know what's going on because people get killed just for being around some shit and being in some shit that ain't have nothing to do with.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
right.
jump straight into the middle of it. I think me personally, if I was in that same scenario, I can have a cool enough about myself to be like, hey, look, like some form of like,
Trying to protect that woman.
right,
That's the
or
police.
Or
just calming
diffusing
down
the
the energy of
situation.
it.
Because by the time the police get there, what the hell? She could have been beat down until beat to death.
I
Hmm.
gotta get home to
You're
my
gonna be an
children.
innocent. You're gonna be an innocent
I ain't
bystander
gonna fuck around.
at
Be
the least, pulling like
listen. I'm too important to my family to risk my life for a stranger. The best I could do for you is call the police. Now I'm gonna read the room. That guy don't look like nobody that's stable himself. You
Hell
know what I'm
no, he
saying?
don't.
He
He
ain't
don't.
stable himself. I don't know what he got on him, what he may do. I'm trying to calm this idiot down. He's already yelling at a woman like talking nonsense. So I just couldn't intervene because I gotta get home to my children. You know what I'm saying? More than anything. So I
Yeah,
just couldn't. I would have to call the police or from a very far ways back. Hey, y'all calm down. That shit keep going back and forth. I might leave outside to go call the police because I don't know what the fuck finna happen in here.
mm,
People don't really fight no more. People shoot.
yeah, and we definitely don't fight for each other no more.
Yeah, we
Nah, man,
do.
that whole act was disgusting. Like he's punching a woman in her face.
Well, he punched her
You know?
so many times too, and supposedly he had had the same type of altercation a couple of days prior. Like if you go and read under some of the videos, people of Chicago are saying like this guy's been a problem. He's known to be this type of a problem, around our city. And a couple of days prior, he disfigured another woman's face. So that's just what that nigga do. He just get mad, call on his grandma, and start punching bitches in the face. And so grandma went ahead and called his ass home.
Yeah,
Gave
yeah.
him a
Grandma
hug.
had him. Yeah,
Hmm.
Mhm.
that's what he need. Grandma like, I don't know why I left you down here with babies.
I don't know why you down there messing with these people.
Yeah, moral of the story is don't eat hot dogs, kids.
Moral of the story is,
We gotta communicate and treat each other better. That's main thing as well. Like
that guy got
any I'm gonna
snitches.
tell like I told like my daughter don't test the ego of no man because men with an ego do stupid shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And trying to prove a point by testing a man ego, you never know where that may go. So don't
yeah,
both ways, man. Don't be testing no like clearly this guy is off his rocker. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If being quiet is gonna get you home and safe and not punched in the face by this idiot, then just be quiet, bro. I wouldn't, you know, get bullied, but
I
I
guess
mean,
in
she
the
did.
same note,
She
I just
had
like to hope
protocol.
that
I don't have
and
to
wish that.
tell. I don't have to tell Sister Hood anything. She already knew how to move. She went and told her son to get that
He
fire, and they did what
he
they had to
said, "Get
do.
my shit. Go get the shit out the trunk."
Yeah, I guess in the same breath, I just hope and wish that if my wife and kids or sister or whoever is in that predicament with their child and some man that's in line intervene and be like, before it gets to that point, like I don't
Yeah,
know, like I would hate for my child to have to pull a weapon to kill somebody.
I know. That's the only thing. It's
Nah, I
like,
would
man,
hate
why
for.
didn't she do it? This I hate that the son did it. I wish she would have done it. It'd have been more self defense because she was actually the one who was attacked. So, but I'm glad that the charges got dropped for obvious reasons. But I think that if I was in that situation, my son had to see me pop the Glock, and I'd have to go and do the time. But I definitely wouldn't have put the weapon in his hands like that.
I
Huh.
think I think it's important to teach our children is emotional intelligence and keeping your
Hmm.
resolve and not going back and forth. You got to have some type of
Yeah,
intelligence of like, yo, this is a stronger man in a certain position, and I could disengage and kill this whole thing by just being the bigger person, backing away, and then everybody goes home. And then you figure out, you know, what I'm saying how you want to move from there. But I think there's a way for everybody to move in that situation to for like that kid not have to pull. Cause it was an ego match. You know, I'm not saying he was right for punching her at all, but clearly she was trying to, stand toe to toe, fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? That shit
Yeah,
just kept escalating. So I
it's
would hope if a woman in my life, you know what I'm saying, is in a situation like that, they won't keep testing any man. That ain't go call your dude or whatever, but don't go back and forth with a man, you know, in his ego. And I tell my daughter that, and anyone in my life, my sister, I would tell the same thing. Don't test no dude ego, because there's a lot of maniacs out here that kill people, kill women over
for
ego
less.
shit.
For less.
For
I had
less,
to
for
tell my
sure.
like I was telling my daughter's dad, like in my environment, sometimes when somebody asks me for my number, I give it to them to appease their ego, but I never have intentions on calling them or texting them, and I might even save it as don't answer this number, but it's just to appease the ego because sometimes the rejection in that moment, these motherfuckers will try to whoop your ass if you tell them no, like or punch you in the stomach or stay and watch you leave, like
Right.
so like it's a dangerous world out here. So when guys ask me for my number, I'll be like, oh, sometimes I try to be like, follow my Instagram or this, that. And if they just determine to have my number, it scared me. And I kind of like give them my number. Like, hopefully I never see you again and I'm never going to call you or talk to you. And, you'll be surprised how many of them don't call or even try. It's just they want the attention from being in that environment. They want to be seen like talking to you. It's like all these theatrics. They have no real intentions on ever contacting you, but
Mm.
like honestly, the male ego scared the shit out of me, and I work
I'm
in male
telling you.
dominated industries. I mean, I will still test them to a limit because I know my power and I know my limits and boundaries, and I know I could be entertaining, so I could push the limits, but still, it's a fear of mine, that male ego. I always think at the end of the day, this motherfucker might try to kill me. Like
That's true.
we have to.
I've seen, yeah, because I've seen girl get busted over the head over this dude trying to holler at her and her having
Mhm,
like this attitude towards him and
mhm.
whatever. And he was like, "What? I let you in my section," and he like in front of all of us like
Wow.
cracked her over the head with a beer bottle. With
Wow.
and
Oh
that
my
shit was the
God.
scariest shit ever. And from then, I kind of had that mentality where if
Mm,
somebody is kind of being pushy about like getting my number or thinking that they can link up or whatever, I just go ahead and give it to
yeah.
them and
Let 'em
get
think.
away. And like I said, I'll save it or block it or whatever. But in that moment, I'm not gonna test their ego because I've seen some
Mm-mm.
fucked up shit happen off of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Sad world.
So
Sad world.
if you getting that kind of energy off somebody, if that's the least you got to do is give them some damn number, let them have it and get the hell up out of there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you can't even give them a fake number no more. They gonna call that shit on the spot.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
If
yeah, yeah,
Earl
yeah,
pick
yeah.
up, if Earl
Yeah.
pick up, they're gonna be
Right.
like,
They're
Oh,
going to
y'all
do it
doing
right
some
now.
perfect
Right.
average.
Yep.
yeah.
One
That's
time I got
facts.
home, bro. I remember one time I got home, it was one number short.
Nice.
I used to do the
I
one
said,
number
"You
short, but
sick
now they be
motherfucker."
calling it. So I'm like,
They'll
oh,
call you right
Uh,
there. They'll call you, look in your face, be like,
yeah, because they never
yeah.
got that one number short before. So
Yeah. That's how the dude did me. That's how the dude did me at the W. That's exactly how he did
Oh,
me.
you just pulled this shit off in Tennessee?
I mean, we end
Man,
up having great conversation. Just he wasn't pushy or anything, but yeah, like he literally like dialed the number right then. I was like,
on the spot. Johnny on the spot.
yeah.
that boy's
So
antique, man. You don't got. I think the number shit, forcing the number shit and wanting it that bad is just weird to me because I think Instagram and all that stuff, you could contact people regularly, direct message. You can see however they living, where they go out, how they party, whatever. If they using they active on social media, so I think social media is enough for anybody these days, man. Like, what's a phone
I
number?
Silk, I almost rather give them the phone number and block them and never see them again than give them
Then give me
my
the social.
handles. Because if they got
Right.
my handles, then they can just be like DMing me. Then I gotta go
Correct.
in there and block them on that. They watching my movement. They trying to figure out the
Correct.
background environment. I feel like they have a little bit more access
Yeah,
to
you
kind of
hilarious, huh?
fantasize over you. Whether as they get that number, you block them, they can't find you because they don't know no way to find me by this. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
So I almost feel like just giving them the number and blocking it is your safest bet, and just like let them be happy with that. If they text you in that moment and you're not about
Mm-hmm.
to leave that place, send a little text back or whatever. Be like, "Oh, I'm gonna hang up with my girls. I'm gonna hit you up when I leave here." You have no intentions, but if you getting that type of energy to where somebody is like making you feel that way and you not gonna leave the place right then, the number is the
Yeah.
best way around. Don't give them your social media handles.
Oh, okay.
It's not
That's
worth.
good advice.
I don't need a follower that bad because they're gonna be looking at all your stuff. Dudes, I'm telling you, people have went back to my stuff from like 2 years ago and like
Nice.
just started liking a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, this
Well,
is
that
so
means trying to
weird.
beat.
Oh yeah, they're trying to beat you.
Yeah, they'll do
Now
that.
look at what you
I
had
need
going on 2 years ago.
Yeah, I need to clean this shit up. But
That ass was
seriously
fat
though,
2 years ago. I
that's like the
that.
weirdest thing to me is when people are like, you get a whole bunch of likes, and it's like old ass shit from when I lived in the 3 states
Oh
ago.
yeah.
See, like, so if he's interested and he scrolls back, right? He's just
Bam.
like, yeah, that ass was fat in 2017.
Just don't
that, you
like
know what I'm
it.
saying?
Just don't
Don't
like
like
it.
it.
Just
Why
look at
not?
that shit in peace.
He didn't know you back then. He wanted
Look
to go
that
ahead
shit
and
in
show his,
peace. Look
he
at
wanted
that
to show
shit
his
in peace.
testimony.
Don't like the 3 years ago stuff. Just look at it. Move on.
Don't give me your hand.
What?
Mm-mm.
You teetering on that line of like
Oh,
why?
yeah.
And you putting that question in my mind of why you going back this far?
Because I'm trying to get to know you. Yeah.
I'm interested,
You don't have to like it.
Yeah, you do.
but I do like it.
Like the first couple of last 3
You can't
posts.
tell me what I
But don't
can
be
or cannot
liking
like.
stuff from 2018.
How you gonna tell me what I can or cannot like? That's my
If
taste.
I know you, that's different. But if I don't know you and I just gave you my handles off the street, why the hell?
Yeah. You just gave me your handle off the street, so I'm gonna go do my investigative
That's
research.
why I don't. That's why I don't do that. That's why I'm saying. I'm telling the girls out there, it's best to give them the phone number and block it as soon as you get out of there. It's best.
Okay, I'm gonna start taking
If
that
you
advice.
honestly feel some type of vibe about this person and it's disgusting you even to give them your number, do
No.
not give them your social media.
Yeah, I think
Now,
I'm speaking on the
unless your
point
stuff
of
is
if
blocked.
you do like the dude, right? And you give him your socials and he go back 2016 and start liking your shit, you still
To be honest with you, nobody that I deal with has my social media.
oh shit.
That's another topic.
Who the hell you
Red
showing
flag, red
numbers
flag,
to?
red flag.
So that's just to be completely honest with you. I might have theirs and that's if they let me get, I ain't gonna say if they let me. I don't ask them for
Yeah, you
theirs.
did right.
If I get it, I just keep a mental note and I'll whatever. But I probably won't. I definitely won't follow them, and I don't encourage them to follow me. So I don't even
Okay,
try
now I'm
to.
interested.
I don't promote it at all for them to follow me.
Okay, now I'm interested. So, what's your ideal, like, in a relationship? Is social media like the access? Because I mean, on both sides, right? Like men could be in your DMs every day, and vice versa. He could be like a dude could be in a chick's DMs. There's plenty of options with social media. What's y'all vibes, and are there any insecurities when it pertains to social media in relationships?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't deal with nobody who got social media because I'm such a hoot on social media and I'm entertaining and I'm controversial and I use my life as content. So I can't date someone who has my social media. They would be insecure.
Okay, so y'all dealing with the wrong type of niggas.
Ooh.
I could just see it being an issue. I'm not saying that I would never. I'm not saying that it's not going to eventually happen. I'm just saying so far it's been cool. It's only been like somebody that tried to holler at me after we were already social media friends. That's different because we already been social media friends. So I'm not going to be like blocking you or whatever. Unless I'm trying to hide something from you or hide from you, then I'm probably going to block you or restrict you. But new people that I meet that are interested in me, I don't promote the social media to them. I don't bring it up. If they bring it up, I'll just smile about it. I'll be like, oh, I'll send it to you or whatever. If they
Then
inquire
it
about
ain't
it. But
going nowhere.
9
Social
times out of
media,
9, I don't even say nothing about it. And it's not from me hiding anything, but I want you to get to know me from me. I want you to get to know me based off of talking to me. And I don't want you going and trying to sum me up and figure me out based off of what you see on social media, because I say stuff, crazy stuff. I subliminals
Yep.
all day long. I repost
Mhm.
stuff on my
Yep.
story that I like at that moment. Don't try to sum me up. Like,
social
don't.
media is a lot of our identity these days. I know people try to play it down like it's like, oh, it's just an app or it's just not really me. But our social media that's why we are private about it, right? That's why we don't want people on it because it is a reflection or like
how we operate, a
It's our
lifestyle, but
thoughts.
right, like
You can read our mind.
it ain't
Social
nothing
media is
small at all
telepathy.
anymore. Like I think social media is a very big thing. Like in 2023, like our identity, how we move, having it public, having it private, all of that kind of says something. People, you know, there's social circles and different socialites and social statuses on social media, all of that. So it's his own little thing. I think it brings a different element that our parents didn't have or we didn't grow up having as younger kids. And when we first got into the dating world, this generation they're used to it, but it brings a different element of, like, I heard other people say this before, like there was never a time where just anybody had access to each other. Like you had to actually get somebody's phone number. Like back in the day, you don't have to get nobody's phone number to message them these days. Like you can message absolutely anybody, damn near anybody on social media at any given time. It's up to her or him to open that up and reply and all that. But the access is there, and I think that brings a lot of insecurity, whether we say it or not, because that access, like, bro, Meek Mill could be scrolling and see your girl shit and be like, yo, let me hit her up real quick and see what it is.
I'm out of there. What, Meek? Oh, bye.
I
Lord
want
have
to.
mercy.
I'm
I
going with
want
Meek.
for those guys that like use social media as a way to like gain this other access. I want to know that that person communicates with me because they've reached out to me on my phone. That they've reached out to me because they want to have a conversation or a text message conversation with me on that level. I don't want to add other layers at that time early on of them to be able to watch me and try to get to know me straightforward, just like we would organically. That's just for me. That's my preference, because then I can weed out some of that extra stuff. Because some dudes that have no intentions of really wanting to be with you, they're gonna ask you for your handles, and they just gonna be on there liking stuff and looking at whatever. And I'm not even. I thought you might have been interested in me, but now you really just want to like lurk on my page. So
Looking
again,
to see.
if it's somebody that I feel like that I'm interested in, regardless if they're misrepresenting their interest for me or not, I try to keep the social media thing out of it in the beginning as long as I can, so that we can deal with each other on a one-to-one, like phone, FaceTime, and text message level.
But
That
once you're in it,
without all of that noise on social media. That's my preference.
well, once you're in it, right? What's it like then? Like I was speaking of, like the insecurities of like both sides and the access. What's it like then? Like, is it rules, structure? Like, what is your protocol once you're like ideally in a serious relationship? What does social media look like?
It's never been an issue. Well, I'll just say this: my ex, my last serious relationship, he he didn't do social media. He don't care for it. He said it's messy and it's time consuming, and he just didn't want to mess with it.
Yeah,
Period.
that boy
He
got a
was
lot
like
of
that
them
shit.
things out
He was
there.
like that shit gets you in trouble. He knew
Yeah.
he was fine with me having it, but he was like, don't be getting on no arguments and no stupid shit. Like, don't be prioritizing that shit that's going on social media with nobody over what we got going on. So he was not never a fan. Still to this day, he don't have it. But other guys, like this one particular clown that I was just telling y'all about, that was Mr. Rebound dude. He he would never let me see his social media handles. I see him on
Nice.
Instagram. I can look over his shoulder and see that he's on social media and stuff. But do you know he will not for nothing let me get his handles? And he's never one time asked me for mine, which you a fuck boy. You don't care.
Mm.
You don't care.
How
You
you
don't.
just
You
say you
don't.
don't
You
want to share
ain't asking me.
yours? Now
You
he a
ain't
fuck
asking me
boy.
for
You don't
mine
want to
because you
share
don't want me
his.
on yours, huh?
You just say you don't want to share yours, but now he a fuck boy because he don't want to share
What I'm
his.
telling,
I don't know what to do with
you
my
missed
hand.
the point. You missed the point. I said he won't give me his, and he's never even asked for mine. So for me, that speaks volumes.
So,
But I already gave y'all I already gave y'all the hint on him. I'm just trying to make a point of different scenarios with it.
Right.
Duh. If I was his girl and and he took me more seriously, and he actually wasn't a low effort ass guy, then guess what? He probably would be like, "Shell, we need to follow each other. Like, why can't we follow each other?" He would probably, that question would be
You want
posed.
him to
He has
say it, but why
never
don't you say it?
tried to.
Why won't you say? Well, you want him to say, "Well, Shell, we should follow
I
each other."
told
and all
you.
that. Why won't you
I
say
asked
it?
him. I told you.
Oh, you did?
I just you're not listening to me. I told you. I asked him, "Can I follow you on social media?" And he say no.
Oh yeah, that boy got a roster.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
he
So
beat.
I can't take you seriously. Don't come at me talking about
Yeah,
you
yeah.
love me, you in love with me, you want more of me. No, you don't. Because you hiding. You hiding
Yeah.
crap.
Both of
Yeah,
y'all
that boy,
hiding, but he
that boy be
No,
like
hiding
Dwayne
now.
Mason see my
I'm
roster.
not hiding because I don't want you. So you're not getting my stuff because you not having no more access to me than I want you to have.
You
Period.
want me? You just
I
mad 'cause
don't
I won't be in
care.
this roster.
Listen, the only reason why I even asked him about his social media is to see what he was going to say because he's never asked for mine and he knows I'm on Instagram.
So what you think he doing on the ground? He wilding, ain't it?
I don't care. No, the stuff I see when I look over his shoulders is just really lurking.
Oh, you
Looking at
looking? You peeking?
he be looking every now and again. I look over his shoulder, whatever, and I'll see him just scrolling, and then it would be a whole bunch of damn emails.
Yeah.
You on
I
this
see
But
country
you.
feed.
again, it
Boy
doesn't
shopping.
bother me because I'm not dealing with him like that. You know what I'm saying? I deal with you on how I deal with you, so it don't matter.
But it still raised some flags because you
Oh, yeah.
know you ain't gonna take him no more
It's
serious.
I it speaks enough volumes, and that and other things speak enough volumes with him to where that's why I keep him in the box that he's in.
Yeah, well that's where the hell he belongs.
Oh, yeah. Good
Exactly.
job.
Ass motherfucker.
There ain't no issues there, but all I'm saying is like
Both of
what
y'all
guy
ladies bad.
every anyway.
So
But
look,
I'm sure we'll talk more about that. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, it really just depends. If I'm dealing with somebody and we get serious and that's what we're doing, I don't mind him being on my social media. And I don't and I would hope that he wouldn't mind either. Like it doesn't, and there are some people that I am interested in or that's interested in me that we do exchange handles. It just depends on how it bounces out. But I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not going
But
to
are
like
you?
push it.
How does the access bother you mentally? Like, is there a bother? Do you think like whether you're on his social media or not, you know, whoever you're like is your significant other, does that access and just that question marks out there, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you could be on the social media, he still could be wild in the DMs, right?
Right,
The
exactly.
access is still there,
It's not definitive of what he's doing or if he's doing this or not. It's not that. It
right?
doesn't, I'm not insecure. I mean, yes, if you go looking for stuff, you may find and put together what your mind is telling you or whatever. It's 1,000 scenarios. It's not a thing of trying to hide from this person. It's more so in my experience with dating right now. I really want to deal with a person and deal with them on face value. So if we can take out some of the mess and cut out some of the extra stuff and I
Right.
can kind of get to know this person just based off of what they're telling me. And if your word and if later on down the line I end up following you on social media or vice versa, and the stuff that you've told me and the things that I thought that I knew based off of your actions and your words don't match, then that's the sign for me. Like, okay, red flags. Your persona on social media is totally opposite from the person that you presented to me. You know, and then so for me, I got to deal with those questions in that situation at that time. But I rather keep the noise out and just see what this person is providing and providing me that trueness in conversation, FaceTime conversations, dates, and stuff like that. Not us both doing like this, scrolling on our phones, looking to see what the other person doing. He looking at my stuff, I'm looking at his stuff, he looking at my stuff, and we're not communicating. I hate that. That's just like us sitting at the table looking at our phones when we at dinner. Like I just want to keep the noise out as long as possible.
That's my pet peeve.
That's all. Like
A
I don't,
motherfucker that do this all day.
huh?
I said that's my pet peeve. Is the motherfucker that just do
Yeah,
this
and I
all
mean,
day.
you just
Like,
I don't
come
know.
on, man.
You're gonna
I mean,
find out what the person is about eventually, but I like to just let's just deal
right.
with each other on the phone
yeah,
What y'all
and
I
in
listening
don't
to?
person.
take nobody serious from social media. I don't even want to meet nobody off social media.
Yeah, and that too. I mean, I know guys in person and I know their social media persona, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I love that they like to dress up and they like to make posts and stuff like that. And I'm just, sometimes I'll be like, oh Lord, and I laugh, but I still like it or whatever. I'm not trying to take away from it because I know we all showing the best of it, the best of the best, or whatever we feel like is the better parts of our life. And it makes
Right.
me laugh because when you really know people, especially females, Heifer, I know you. I know your life is in shambles right now, but you're gonna post this picture of you doing XYZ like you the happiest person in the world. And guess what? That's your business.
No,
Yeah, I always
I
like
judge
to
motherfuckers
see
that do
people
like that. I try
life.
to I
I'm not
just
gonna
don't post
publicly
nothing.
judge them.
I don't like to. No, yeah, I agree with that. But I definitely do at my crib judge people
Yeah,
that put on
I
personas.
laugh.
You know, if their world's in shambles and they're posting on Instagram like everything's perfect, that's a flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
They
that shit
trying
is
to convince
definitely a
themselves
flag.
that everything is perfect. Nobody wants to just acknowledge that their world is in shambles, and they damn sure don't
Right.
want
I
to
don't.
show that shit to the world.
Well, for whatever
Like
reason,
people want to see
Silk,
you
that
do
they
bad.
doing that, I
I
let them
don't want to
have
post
it.
nothing. Sometimes you
Listen,
ain't got to give everybody. You got to give people
you
shit.
don't. You don't. But guess what? Who am I to sit up there and say what you need to do for yourself? If that right there keeps you going and you being able to show this picture or post this or whatever or portray this persona, then guess what? Who am I to get in the way of that? Go ahead and do it. I might have
Who
my
am
little jokey joke or
I?
laugh or whatever,
Just
but
in love.
that's the extent of it.
I'm so glad I'm
That's
about to
the
be in the
extent of it.
dark
I'm not,
where I just butchered my makeup.
I'm not here to break nobody's spirit. And you never know, what, even as toxic as hell as social media is, I feel like sometimes it is sometimes it's people's savior in a
I
weird
love
way.
it. I love social media so much. I done met some of my
With
best friends on social media, then got some great connections, then got some great opportunities. It has not done me wrong yet.
I think the suicide rate and a lot of things that's going
It's
on, man,
higher.
is like social media is, you know, I think we're gonna find out in a little bit what it really is, man. I think we the guinea pigs of the beginning of it, but I think if you look at some of the suicide rates, a lot of depression, it scares me with children. You know what I'm saying? Them and the personas and stuff that people put up, the all of it
Yes.
could lead it to like mental illness. So why I know we into this era of live and let live, but sometimes you can get a little too loose with that, man. Somebody got to hold their loved ones accountable and all of that, man. So if my life
Yeah.
upside down, I had people when my life was upside down and I was just having a blast on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
had motherfuckers telling me like, bro, what the fuck you got going on, bro? Like you need to get a grip. I know you
That's
having
why you got to check on
fun
your strong friends. Like
for
that's
sure,
true. Check on your strong
Mhm.
friends when you know that it's opposite of what they're doing. That's a cry out in itself,
for
right?
sure.
Because I
That's
just
a
was with
fact.
you, you know what I'm saying? And I know differently or whatever. But it that's why you got to check on your friends. If you that person's
Right.
friend, you got to tap in. It ain't for, but whatever the rest of these mofos think out here about what's whatever that who cares? And to your other point, that's why I don't allow my 11-year-old to be on social media. My oldest daughter, she makes a living off of social media, her social media presence and stuff like that, and she started doing that, in her early 20s. However, my youngest daughter, I control her social media presence. I'm the one who does all the posts, and she doesn't even really, she like TikTok and she like to look at TikTok, but she does it off of my own account. I let her look at TikTok off of my account. She does not have her own handles or anything. And the same thing with her social media, because I am trying to protect her as long as I can from, like you said, seeing this and having this FOMO mentality or feeling like she's not good enough when people are sitting up there not being who they post to be,
Right.
and making, and and create, making people jealous or envious of a fake. A lot of times it's not fake. Now everybody ain't flexing for the gram. Some people actually worked hard and actually are doing the things that they say that they are
No,
doing and
if you
accomplishing
see
the
it as
things.
a flex, if you see it as
Right,
a flex, then that's you. You know what I'm saying? I
right,
see it as inspiration when people posting things and especially if they giving game with it. I follow some of
right.
these like Rick Ross and some of
Everybody is
these
not
guys.
flexing.
Everybody not flex. Some
Right,
people are giving you inspiration and game. If it
exactly.
does feel like that, then it may be the person that's talking down and trying to flex. But most of the time, I don't see it that way. It inspires me if I see somebody else that's getting it. You know,
Right. And that's
like
why I
yo,
say
hey,
everybody's
I want
not,
to
but
get
it's
it too.
hard to differentiate who is sometimes. And when you have a child mind or a
Right,
jealous mind or a poor mentality, or you're insecure, when you have issues within, then
right,
you don't know how that person perceives when they're strolling down, and their self-worth is based off of what they're seeing other people post. And then
right.
that's in where lies the problem. So
Yeah.
that's why you have to protect children from that, because they don't have the mental stability and, to be able to differentiate, like, oh, that's a filter on this person's face. Like, A filter can make a person with a pizza face have a zero acne in 0.3 seconds. Okay, like, but kids don't know that. If you're not mature enough to understand that, then you start looking at it like, well, why my skin can't look like that, or why I can't have this or that or whatever. You know, if my daughter sees somebody with a Gucci shirt on, she gonna believe it's real Gucci. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. You
I
can't
She
put
will
just
kids out
too.
here
she's a
living in
kid.
Canal Street Gucci.
Yeah, for me, I think we was talking before I went to go squirt it. We was talking about
Squirted.
mhm,
Fuck.
had to use the restroom, had to pump one out. But
I
we was
didn't even
talking
realize you
about
were gone.
Using your
yeah,
bag, Chef.
no, we was talking about
Oh, I heard it all.
I guess love and like your social media presence in the middle of you being in a relationship or whatever. I think that's what where we left off before I walked off.
Hmm.
And I think uh, you just me personally, I think you just got to be able to disconnect from it and be able to have a conversation about like your true feelings and like how you feel about each other. And when it comes to social media, knowing that I don't know, motherfuckers. Like it's just a different world. I can't really explain like how to express like feelings because a lot of people that's on these apps don't really have feelings. It's just about like putting out a facade of a shell of who they really are. So, um,
Yeah, that's
knowing that like when you getting into these relationships with people, um, at some point in a relationship, you just gotta disconnect. Both of y'all gotta disconnect from this motherfucker and be like, all right, let's get down to the nitty gritty of who we are and what we stand for and what we are as a couple, and then like whatever goes from there. But as far as kids and whatnot, my kids personally don't want no dealing with the whole world. Like that's why like I kind of found a way to disconnect my family from it because they don't want no involvement with social media whatsoever. And and I applaud them on like I'm with them on it. Like I get it and for me it's like unusual seeing that from kids their age because they in that generation of kids wanting to be seen and on social media and that impact in their lives. But when it comes to
Yeah, I
love,
think to a certain degree, because my kids I know don't use it like posts, but I know they watch it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like if you look at their social media, I know that like they ain't posting shit, but I know they watch it. Like the TikTok videos, some are funny, some are just catchy, but all of it's a part of the algorithms and it affects their minds in some capacity. But like as far as presence, I'm the only one in my house that also has like a Twitter a social media presence. But I'm not naive to the fact that I know like my daughter gonna scroll Instagram and see these beautiful women all day and could create some insecurities just come from what she's seeing on this thing. Even if she don't post and she's not warped into that world of trying to put that image out there, it can affect her insecurities and her self esteem by seeing it. You know what I'm saying? That's my view of social media. I try to think past just the surface because you know, my parents didn't see everything I did, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I try to view some stuff like there's a lot of things I was doing that my parents had no idea about, you know. I don't think my kids doing nothing crazy, but I just know how social media could on the mindset. I try to remind my son all the time because I can't get him. It's gonna be hard to say don't use TikTok, man. He ain't using it, but he'll text me funny puppy videos all day. Like
Hmm.
chimpanzees and like whatever weird little animal he's following, and he'll send me Uncle Ruckus videos. He loves that type of shit. So he sends me funny shit, and I know it's funny. But there's also different alleys and rabbit holes he could get down on those apps that could
Hmm.
be detrimental to him in other phases. He could start seeing women and their titties out, and he could be over sexualized. He could start seeing sexual images just scrolling these apps that could fuck up his mind. He'd be horny too early or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So all of it's a thing that I'm conscious of.
Absolutely. That's why I was just You just got to try to filter them as best as they can. It's out there. The curiosity is going to be there, and like you said, Silk, that rabbit hole and that algorithm can take these kids because it's so much things out there that sucks them in. You know what I mean? It changes what they're looking at into something that you don't want them looking at, and now it's all like one. So yeah, you just got to watch your kids, and like you said, Trey, you just got to continue to instill positivity in them and let them know that what they are, or how they look, their hair, or whatever their physical appearance, it's okay, it's normal, it's beautiful, and and become secure. It's our responsibility as parents to make sure that we're the gatekeepers at the end of the day, to make sure our kids are still safe and secure from what social media is putting out there.
Oh, that's good shit. Let's play a song. It's only three of us now. Let's play some music. Get out of here. Good show. Good content. Good conversations. You got something else, Trey? I didn't mean to cut you off. You got something else? My bad, bro. You want to add some more?
No, you good. I kind of lost my train of thought, but it's all good. No, it's all love. I think it was all great stuff that we added to the conversation. So it's not no malice or nothing like that. And maybe.
Yo, back. All right, I'm ready. Y'all ready?
Yeah, what you got?
I'm gonna go first. So here we go.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Took it back, didn't it?
Yeah. Ops. OPS. Old people shit. The kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause when I look at who's doing this cover? Something tells me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move on. I get exotic with the melodic tune. I get hypnotic with the moon, but you got to put me down soon. I flip a sideshow if you come my way. Up, down, and around, even sideways. I'm about as ready as the light can get. We can go all out. I ain't afraid of the sweat, but yet I bet you got the techniques to freak a girl inside out. What's that all about? Can I have some of that? You gotta put me on. Word around town is your 9 men strong. I wanna be put on in the worst way. Since the first day, I think it was a Thursday. You be that brother that I wanna sink my teeth in. Make me wanna ask, where the hell you been? I like the way you be with all that personality. But I got flavor too. You used to keep it big. There we go. A little something for you, Brandy, MC Light, Queen Latifah, and Yo-Yo. Oh, shit.
Very nice. That was a good one. Throwback.
Thank you.
Oh, the nigga here. Just blacked out.
Yes, sir.
What you got, Gio?
I'm gonna roll with Frank Ocean featuring Jay-Z and Tyler the Creator, Viking.
She gotta be a Viking.
Shirt in the breeze like I'm sailing. Walk in my sleep like I'm nothing. When's the last time I asked for some help that I couldn't get from nobody else yet? I couldn't get from nobody else. When's the last time I asked for some help that I couldn't get from nobody else yet? Nobody. I don't get weak in the knees. Honey spread it like a fan. Perfect like some Gucci sand. Open the sky, get a hand. Twist them up like a vandal. Are you not fucking with cash? God give you what you can handle. Give you what you can handle. I got the grip like a handle. And I'm biking. I'm biking with me and my Daniel. AD's got the angels. EV's got the angels. I'm breaking. I'm biking slow mo. Maybe the four will excite in the smoke. I'm cold when the temperature's dip below 70. How can I be bird around LA coast? The diamonds is plural, the Tiffany brooch. On my lapel at the table, I'm giving a toast. The first wedding that I've been in my 20s. Thinking maybe someone is not something to own. Maybe the government got nothing to think. Maybe the feeling just comes and it goes. Think I want me a little and a little, I'm a clone. Me and my baby think we wanna own. I landed a trick, I'm like impossible. I'm fucking with Eddie, I'm watching my toes. 24 hours, the pain never close. I'm biking these blocks. Since been ballin' solo, this ice
Yeah,
in the
that boy
sauce.
went stupid, but I had to go ahead and stop it right quick. That's Frank Ocean biking featuring Jay-Z and Tyler the Creator.
Very nice.
Nice. You ready to rock, bro?
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna shoot somebody though, man.
I'm playing. You gotta shoot somebody.
What do I feel like playing off of this, man? I'm gonna play some Ransom. How about that? I'm gonna go Ransom Lone Wolf.
Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder. Yeah. Look, this for them niggas that know me. The type of nigga to put his hands on his code D. Control me? Nah, I'm not exactly an OG, but it's the older me that stops me from being an old me. I sold D, no slow lease. I was locking these streets up. Don't creep up. We dropped weight, but was able to beef up. Just keep up. Still waiting for Poppy to please us. ASAP, don't be the type to be knocking a re-up. I sleep rough. With one eye open, pacing and breathing, one in the chamber. Them screams is just in case I was dreaming. I touched the face of a demon, was scared of the resemblance. Fighting for my life like that bear was in a revenant, so prevalent. Was talking with some bros. They had the nerve to laugh when I told them I had some goals. I showed them my path was gold. They ain't really believing. Nah, don't got the life they want. Now they choosing to blame me for it. To protect the sheep, you gotta kill off the wolves. But if the sheep survive, then who gon' keep all the wool? In order to kill a wolf, it's gonna take other wolves. But does it really matter if chaos is your ladder? To protect the sheep, you gotta kill off the wolves. But if the sheep survive, then who gon' keep all the wool? In order to kill a wolf, it's gonna take other wolves. But does it really matter if chaos is your ladder? Damn, I gotta earn all the blessings. It's a burning obsession. When you approach this.
That's Ransom Lone Wolf, man. That boy got some bars, man.
Man, I was just talking about a song, not a song, but like a dynamic similar to this. I was saying sheeps and sheep's clothing that walk around thinking that they wolves. You know, some delusional motherfuckers, boy. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rock with "My Phone Can Die" by Rory
Bro, I
Ireland.
was about to play that shit too. That's crazy. I was so close to playing that.
Man, it's a nice little track.
Shout out Ari.
My phone can die. Next video.
That's the type of vibes you need to be around, man. Nobody worry about none of that shit that's going on the phone. That shit could die.
That
You
phone,
kicking it.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that phone can go.
In it, long, bring you deep in it.
Let's go.
Mesmerize, bliss, drink deep, want you next to me. Phone can die.
Phone can go, baby.
I don't need nothing but you and I don't know. My phone could die. I don't need nothing but you and I. Oh. You know my love can get long-winded, long as a taste and day. That's the one I want if you I don't need nothing but you and I.
That's "My Phone Can Die." Rory featuring Ari Lennox and James Fauntleroy.
Very nice. It's the Culture Uncut podcast, man. Beautiful show. Appreciate the conversation. We kicking it in at July 6th, Thursday. Pull up if you anywhere in the vicinity, man. We're gonna be kicking some dope vibes. Our very first media day, something we're gonna do annually. A lot of network going on. If you got some business, come see about us, man. Pull up. We all chatting. We all networking, sharing contacts. Building. Most importantly, relationships, man, to establish all of ourselves as entrepreneurs. So come kick it with us.
Hmm. Amen. Preach. Tabernacle.
Any shout outs so we get out of here? Let's get up out of here.
I said, let's roll, man. My shout outs to you, to everybody that's on board, man. Shell, bro, Geo, Blue. Shout out to you guys for showing up. I know it was a lot coming into appearing tonight. So all love to you guys, man. So salute to y'all. Love.
Already.
See y'all next week in person.
Already.
Oh man, y'all sugar daddies, y'all been warned. Bring your Costco cards, your ARRP card. Ballers, y'all better motherfucking bring big platinum cards, gold cards. Man, I was just out with these doggone. I don't want to put people business out there, but all right, show up
Yeah,
to
you
the
about to
trap.
start another pod, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Silk, I told
The Will of
them I
Superior
got
Man. I'm
this.
gonna grab my book real quick. Hold on. What's my book? Is my books over here? I got the
So
same
this
book.
was
Hold on. Now,
Blues. This is Blues book for us. Our
hold on. Let me grab
look,
mine too. Oh
That's
shit,
it.
our
what
book
mic
club
at?
book of the month. This is our book club book of the month.
Yeah, she's showing the
We should
porno.
do a book club, but we need more than 1 month. Let everybody. We should do a book club.
I don't want you to think I'm play pimping over here. Oh shit. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I lose my visuals?
Yeah,
Y'all
you
hear
are.
me?
We
Oh
definitely
shit.
can't see you right now.
Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I don't know what just happened. Refresh real quick. I had to grab the book. I love this book, man.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of balance and masculine and feminine energy in that book.
Sick like to be a bad bitch.
Wow. Yeah, it teaches you how to balance your bad bitchness out.
Boss, why my camera ain't showing up? Boom.
Oh,
This book is
book
my shit.
club.
I got him on the wrong camera
Got
and
my
all.
highlighters and my
Yeah.
book, and I'm
Did
trying to
that book?
learn
Did
something.
that book
I'm
teach
trying
you
to
how to be a
learn
bad
something.
bitch too?
Yeah, the book did help me with some bad bitch tendencies, man. It help you realize your worth and, a whole lot of shit, man. Shout out to the way of a
One thing it
superior
did.
man, man.
One thing I did see that I peeped out on when I was looking at the table of contents is it said, "Don't change your decision
Based
based
on
off
that
a
book.
woman." And it made me think of you, Silk, and some of the things that you say on here. It's like don't change your something like don't change your decision just based off of a woman or something like that. And
It
I
got some
was like,
gems in
wow.
this book, man. This was one of the first books that, like, on my journey of awareness and all that. I read this book and I was like, tapped in like to a whole nother view of life, kind of. You know what I'm saying? This and then it's another book by Russ, who's also a music artist, rapper.
Okay, yeah.
It's all in your head.
Hmm.
That was another one. That one. It's a fire book. I recommend that to a lot of people. I got my younger cousins reading it right now. They hit me up, tell me it's fire. But it just gets into like your thoughts and perception. Working inside out. Changing yourself and how you view the world and your perspective of the world just change. It molds everything. Most of the things we think, the hindrance that we don't have, the lack of, it's all in your head, man. You got everything you need. And he just helped you realize a lot of that through his journey. But yeah, this is a fire book, man. You know, I might have to reread it. I haven't read it in a minute, so I'm gonna reread it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
All
Yeah.
right, appreciate y'all, man. See y'all
All
next
right.
week.
See ya.
Mm-mm.